What's up? This is from JM, 4 minutes, 10 seconds long. On the car where darkness hums, the weight of the world in my veins and drums, shining everywhere your luster burns. In this cold life, your spawn returns. Fallen dreams in a metal shine, crushing weight in this life of mine. Numb in the fire's deep, from this earth clear secret sea. Osmium reigns in a world of dust, strength to carry. Yeah, he emailed it to us. I figured he wanted to do it. It's on Sal's as well. And actually on his channel first. Sal talking about and rage in fire ignite, from the depths into the light. You and I through chaos soar. In your essence we seek more. Silent power, unbroken soul. Through the toughest heart its toll. Invisible yet crystal clear. In your shell there's no fear. Ancient treasure beneath our feet. Crushed by time. Thanks for sending this. Hey, what's up, Sven? Thanks for sending this to me, Ben. And as usual, link is pinned at the top. There are a couple videos over there. I like that Spark at 5. Sounds kind of industrial German. What's that one now? Rotterdam? You seen that later? Strength to carry through life's cruel dust. Precious and pure untamed we stand. In the arms of the bravest land. Molten rage and fire. No, not Megan. From the depths into the light. You and I through chaos soar. In your depths we see more. Molten rage and fire ignite. From the depths into the light. You and I through chaos soar. In your essence we see more. Silent power, unbroken soul. Through the toughest heart its toll. Invisible yet crystal clear. In your shadow there's no fear. Ancient treasure beneath our feet. Crushed by time yet pure and sweet. Rising through the dark abyss. Offering us the purest kiss. Sweet. Thank you, JM. Thank you very much, JM. I appreciate that. Let's see what else I got here that I wanted to show. Nope, I don't have anything ready just yet. Dag nibbity nabbit. Let's see here. This is. Oh shit! I need to mute that. Videos. Okay. Let's go with. I might have shown this one already. Buy a commercial here. Get back over here. Share screen. Of course it's okay. You can share that thing away, baby.
Ain't that a cool little vehicle?
Rover on Mars is powered by an extraordinary piece of technology, a radioisotope thermoelectric generator, or RTG. This device uses about 5 kilograms, or 11 pounds, of plutonium dioxide to generate electricity through a process called the Seebeck effect. When it was first launched, Perseverance's RTG produced around 110 watts of electricity. Over time, this output declines slightly each year as the plutonium decays. RTGs are a reliable power source for distant space missions. However, the radioactive material they use, plutonium-238, is highly toxic and unsuitable for everyday applications. That's where a different kind of nuclear battery comes in. Beta-voltaic batteries, like the ones recently developed by the Chinese company Betavolt, use a safer and entirely different process. Instead of relying on heat from radioactive decay, they harness beta emission, electrons released as certain isotopes decay. Thin layers of a radioactive isotope are sandwiched between semiconductor layers. This captures these electrons and converts them into electricity. Beta-voltaic batteries aren't new. Back in the 1970s, early heart pacemakers used them, powered by the radioactive isotope promethium. However, these were eventually replaced by cheaper lithium batteries. Today's Betavolt batteries are more advanced. They use nickel-63 sandwiched between layers of diamond semiconductors. While their power output is modest, just 100 microwatts compared to 2.4 watts for an AA battery, they have a massive advantage in longevity. An AA battery might last an hour under heavy use. However, a Betavolt battery can deliver a useful voltage for up to 50 years. This is thanks to nickel-63's long half-life of 101 years, making it an excellent choice for long-term applications. Safety is another advantage. Electron emission from these batteries is far less harmful than alpha particles or gamma rays. It can be easily blocked by the battery casing or even clothing. For harm to occur, the battery would need to be broken open and ingested. Over time, the radioactive nickel simply decays into stable, non-radioactive copper. While these batteries may not replace traditional ones in all applications, their potential in specialized fields, like medical implants or deep space exploration, is revolutionary. Nuclear-powered technologies, from Mars rovers to cutting-edge batteries, remind us of the incredible ways science is reshaping our future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe.
He is definitely missing it, but that's his problem. He should have already been here. Oh, here's a good one. You guys will like this one. I don't know if you will or not. I actually had one on, had Paul Stamens. Oh man, let me see if I can't find that one. This one here is about, again, space, but it's a different aspect of space. It's more about fun with fungi.
We tend to think of space as pristine, a blank canvas of stars and void. But even in this seemingly barren expanse, life finds a way.
Ooh, there it is.
And not just any life. Fungi, those humble earth dwellers, are proving surprisingly adept at surviving and even thriving beyond our planet. Get ready for a wild ride. We're diving into the unexpected world of fungi in space. Forget rockets and robots. Turns out fungi might just be NASA's secret weapon. They're the ultimate recyclers. They break down waste and create nutrients. They're also surprisingly resilient, able to withstand the harsh conditions of space. This makes them ideal candidates for a variety of roles in space exploration, from building materials to radiation shields. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now. On the International Space Station and in labs here on Earth, scientists are exploring the remarkable potential of fungi to revolutionize space travel. So buckle up. We're about to explore the fascinating intersection of mycology and space exploration.
Roller coaster rides, fix and
It's a
start.
journey that will take us from growing mushrooms on Mars to searching for fungal life on distant planets.
The International Space Station, or ISS, is a testament to human ingenuity, a marvel of engineering orbiting our planet. But did you know it's also a giant petri dish? Microorganisms,
Petri
including
dish, he
fungi,
knows
are
English.
along for the ride.
Petri
They
dish.
hitchhike on astronauts and equipment
Petri dish, for
in
sure.
a unique environment. While some fungi might pose risks to crew health or equipment, others are proving surprisingly useful. Scientists are studying how these fungal pioneers
What's
adapt
up,
to
Tom?
microgravity and space radiation. This research is
Hey, Todd.
providing valuable insights into fungal biology and could lead to new applications for fungi both in space and on Earth. For instance, certain fungi are being investigated for their ability to break down waste materials on the ISS, potentially reducing the need to transport fresh
It's
supplies
a
from Earth.
AI computer.
Others are being studied for their potential to produce useful
It's not a human.
compounds,
It's funny though.
biotics or biofuels in the challenging conditions. The ISS is a living
Yeah,
laboratory,
they're growing weed.
and fungi
That's
are proving
weed.
to be fascinating and valuable research subjects. As we venture further into space, understanding and harnessing the power of these microscopic companions will become increasingly
What's up,
important.
C4? I got another video I want to show you. This one has the great Paul Stamens. Hold on a second here. This guy is like the fungi king. There he is. Okay, hold on. I wanted to show you guys this so you know who I'm talking about when I talk about. This is about not about, it's a fungi resilience and intelligence. And it's about 7-minute mark show, about 800,000 subscribers.
Mycelium
Just
can decompose a fungi.
hit the full screen on that tab right
That
where you turn the volume up.
position, form of molecular
Perfect.
disassembly. These things unravel
That's
and break
false
down
statements.
large molecules into smaller ones that are very useful for other members in the ecological community.
Look at its
That
necklace.
course of that decomposition
That could
has
be a
many
Osmium.
different properties that we can use for breaking down toxic waste. And so at the time when the Earth is suffering from toxin exposure, erosion and of habitats, overpopulation, deforestation, loss of soil integrity, mushrooms present themselves with unique properties that can address all those problems with a single
What's
group.
up, Nickel?
And that's what I find so exciting, is that the solutions are literally underfoot.
Yep. Microalgae, microfungi. I see it in that. I've been interested in decades, a little over a decade. Actually, about 15 years.
Looks good, Jay.
Ecotoxicologist Meg Pinzer has been collaborating with Paul Stamets on mycoremediation experiments for many
Stamets.
You
years.
keep adding that.
To ensure that
Stardust.
mycelium concentrates on consuming highly toxic petroleum derivatives called PAHs,
Oh,
it
this
is
is cool.
trained in a kind of high-speed gastronomic induction course, using a few wood chips as an appetizer.
Should we add the rest of it to the top?
Sure.
You're cleaning up
So
oil waste.
this bowl over here contained sediment that's contaminated with PAHs. And the thought behind the mid-scale experiment is that you grow the mycelium that's infused in these alder chips in the presence of the contaminated soil, which is the material right here, the dark black material. And the idea is you want to sandwich the fungal chips in between the contaminated sediment. So if you put a layer of the mycelium on the bottom and a layer on the top, in the course of about a week or two, the mycelium are going to grow together and find each other. And by doing that, they're growing through the contaminated sediment, which is the black material shown here. And as they do this, they're literally eating the PAHs that are in the sediment.
Drive into 2025 with confidence to turn heads inside and
Dang ads.
The
Yeah.
fungal strains Meg Pinzer's training have vast scope for
Maybe
action
I'll start
beyond
talking
the
about
laboratory.
mycelium networks.
There are hundreds of derelict industrial sites in the Pacific Northwest whose soils have built up hydrocarbon concentrations over the decades that are sometimes higher than in an oil slick. Environmental engineer Howard Sprouse has started a micro-remediation pilot project in one of these industrial wastelands, a former truck maintenance depot.
Looks like you're a little frozen. In the laboratory, many
This is some interesting
types of
stuff, man.
compounds
Sorry.
have been degraded by many different types of mushrooms. As those mushrooms outside into the big world where they have to compete with all of the other organisms in the soil, and where they have to be able to live in all kinds of environments. This separates the can do the job in the lab effectively from the ones that work outside live. And when we put this into the soil, we're putting this organism into the soil and it's staying alive. And this is what it does in nature. In nature, these mushrooms are growing in the soil 365 days out of the year. We're walking over the ground. We don't even know what's going on most of the time. They're hungry, stop eating.
To give an idea of the decomposition, just one trailerful of wood chips inoculated with mycelium can decontaminate 5 times its own land.
Wow.
But what has become of the hydrocarbons? What sleight of hand has made the toxic? The key to this riddle is to be found within the organism itself, biological machinery.
The reason that mycelia are a very good choice for remediation is they're a very hardy species. They have a chitinous cell wall, which is very similar to a crab, that allows them to be able to proliferate in they can be in very extremes of temperature, hot or cold temperature. They can be in environments where it's a low salinity, and this chitinous cell wall protects them
And
from the
toxicity.
toxins and allows them to environment with the toxins, but not be killed by the contaminant that they're with. These little white screen are the extracellular enzymes. And this is really important because this is how the mycelium, it secretes these extracellular enzymes. The enzyme wave moves towards, starts to break down the oil into smaller and smaller molecules.
Nico, I thought you went to the doctor and got rid of your crabs. Why do you want more, man? Stay away from those girls downtown, bro.
Hey, Joseph.
So,
Hey,
that's
Neil.
been contaminated. Yeah, I saw it.
Hey, Neil, just so you know, the video's buffering a fair amount. So you know.
Yeah, we're gonna end this video because of that. But I just wanted to show you guys the greatness of the mycelia network and the fungi network and how it can totally restore lots of things and take care of lots of problems on this planet. Like Exxon Valdez up there in Alaska, they're still trying to clean it up right now. Boom, there's some mycelia out there. It'll eat it up in 6 weeks.
Regenerative agriculture.
And man, there's so many technology. It's just we haven't. I know about it because I've been keeping up with Paul Stamens for a decade and a half, but most people haven't. So it's not a well-known thing, and that's why I'm bringing it. And that's why I've got so many. I switched from 2 of my favorite subjects actually, micro nuclear reactors and fungi, and they both started in space. That's in both the videos I had shown were about space with micronuclear and on Earth with micronuclear and batteries, and then same with the fungi. Fungi is growing out in space. How they were talking about making space living accommodations underneath fungi. And then it goes, so it's just the newer technologies are coming out, man. Fungi and micronuclear are 2 of those newer things that are going to change our lives.
Oh, there's so much technology. It's so far advanced from what I'm sure I'm even aware of, but I know like it's at least 10 years ahead of what most people are aware of.
It better be at least 30.
Well, there you go.
Behind. Yeah, if you keep up with DARPA and Raytheon, whew, boy howdy. just some of the stuff that they allow you to see is freaking scary.
Yeah.
Looking running robots that can carry 2,000 pounds and do backflips and jump over 3-foot tall obstacles. Hello.
Yep.
I'd hate to see that coming from a foxhole.
No doubt.
It'd be like fucking Terminator. That'd be.
Hey man, I gotta take off for about half an hour here. We got dumped on with snow. I want to get the snowblower going and get that all cleared out because I got an early morning tomorrow. But I'll be back in about half an hour.
Do your thing, brother man.
So
I'll get Indy up here. Indy missed her live stream this week. She'd be more than happy to talk. She can keep up with chat and whatnot.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
she and her family are feeling better. But yeah, so I'll be back in about half an hour. Maybe I'm pretty sure Nickel might come up too. And yeah,
Well, whoever wants to come up is more than welcome, and you're welcome to come back when you're ready. And if you don't want to, that's cool as well.
Yeah, I do. It's just I already, you know what? Between Salvate Metals live stream and then Rockies and then this, I've already shoveled out little trails for the little dogs, shoveled the deck, shoveled this. So, you know, I got a boogie, but I'll definitely be back. Give me half an hour.
Right on.
Okay.
Right on. So, anyone else want to come up here? Or do you want to say something in chat for us to talk about? Or for me to talk about, since you guys can only type, you ain't really talking. There we go. What movie is that from, Nickel? That picture. Come on, man. No, it's not Metal Teeth. So what subject do you guys want to talk about? I had some crap I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah. The ending of Chinese. Yeah, you're exactly right, Joe. The ending of Chinese. Thank you, Jay. You're 100% correct. The ending of the Chinese ownership of all American anything. No Chinese company will be able to own a company on the stock market, stock in our stock market, land of American soil, because it's been determined, and we've already known this, but we needed to get an administration there that would recognize that, according to the Chinese government and their laws, every company is owned by the Chinese Communist Party. So they are actually a government businesses, not private industry. So when a government business enters into your economy, well, that's like an invasion economically. And that's why I keep saying we've been in an economic war and we're fixing to purge them. And that's why the stock market's going to fall, because we're going to be purging all of the Chinese companies out of our stock market. Congress has already been drawn up bills to make that happen. So be prepared for a stock market yash as soon as we pull away, because obviously the Chinese companies are some of the biggest on the New York Stock Exchange. So, it's going to drop from like 44,000 down to like 20,000. It might not. There might be some miracle. I doubt it. Hey, Nickel, do you have your YouTube and StreamYard open? Because if you do, go ahead and turn the volume down off on the YouTube, because I'm hearing feedback.
I don't hear no feedback.
I didn't say you heard feedback. I said I was hearing feedback. Be going liberal on changing the subject.
You get to vote. Is my beer, is it better than Clooney's beer or what?
Look at that. I'm going to be eaten by this guy behind me. No, your beard is more like Junior Santa Claus. And that belly goes about the same.
I've lost weight. Anyway, you can get one of those metal robo dogs for about $4,000 if you want to put it out. They won't mess the house up. Hey.
No. You want the The one, the robot guns blow, human trafficking, money laundering, drugs, etc. You want the dog that DARPA has out? It's about $75,000, and you'll actually see them down in on the grounds of Mar-Largo, protecting the president.
Yeah, I saw one.
Filled with sensors, bro. They can, as far as the horizon or where their antennas go up, that they can get their information through whatever means they have, whether it's radar or sonar or what, I don't know. They're filled with technology, and they get a 360 view of things that humans can't see. And that's what you want in a dog. you want to be able to do this right here. Hey, there's someone coming up behind me about a quarter mile. Something like that. And the sensors those dogs have will do that. Yeah, I like the green screen stuff. No. No. Anyhow, what you guys want to talk about?
Well, you want the truth of what I would like to talk about, or you want me to say
No, I don't want the truth. I can't handle the truth. I don't want you on that wall. No, Nickel, I'm never going to ask you to talk about basketball on my damn channel. That's your own damn channel to talk that shit on.
Actually, football is what's on my
No,
mind.
I don't want to talk about the National Felons League. You know, I
It'll
saw
be interesting.
in one of my history things in Facebook, it said, you know, review your history, whatever. About 7 or 8 years ago, I posted the statistic. There was like almost 1,600 NFL players, actually contracted NFL players, and like 870 of them were felons.
Were what?
Felons. Had felonies. When I was growing up and looking up to football players, when Tom Landry was coaching and wearing a suit and tie on the sidelines, he made sure that they were worthy of children looking up to and wanting to be heroes of. Nowadays, if you're having a felon out there just because they can run or catch, fuck that shit.
Oh, they're bored. They got so much money and so much time that they get themselves in trouble now. They're too bored.
That's because they're stupid and they're unprofessional, and they don't deserve to make that kind of money if you're gonna be stupid and unprofessional. I mean, look at P. Diddy. Shit, stupid and unprofessional. Look what he did with all his money.
Well, chances are someone did it to him, and now he's doing it, and then some of the ones he's done it to will later be ones that are doing it to others, and that's how Hollywood and music industry works.
I'm not big on XRP, Jay, but my boss man is my buddy, Economic Ninja. He loves that stuff, and if you really want to know about XRP, he will tell you when to buy and sell. I don't keep an eye on it. I do know it's going up. I know for a fact that XLM will make it through the halving and will not disappear. I know that for a fact. It is not a Ponzi coin. It actually isn't even a crypto, because crypto by definition means no government regulation, no government control. And I know for a fact that XLM has a contract with the Treasury Department of the United States federal government, which means that XLM is no longer a crypto, even though it's still listed as crypto markets, because it's federally regulated and controlled by the Treasury Department. And Algo also. Those two coins definitely make it around. They'll be around after halving. Until crypto goes away, those two coins will be around. Or companies or whatever they are. And also ADA. People hate it, but reality sucks. They also have a government. ADA Cardano has a contract with the Ethiopian government, and actually more specifically their education department, where they have been allowed to track children and their educational scores, A, B, C, D, and whatever, for future loan possibilities. And that's what ADA is doing. They're trying to keep and gain and maintain and grow a large store of capital so that they can give out loans based to Ethiopian children based off of their educational scores. And that means that the credit system's going to change and what they look at, and they're using Ethiopia as a demo model for what they see a future type ending successful program being based off of your perceived intelligence based off of educational development in public schools, which is kind of a shitty indicator. That's what they're doing. But Ethiopian schools are a lot different than American schools. They don't teach stupid people. We do that in America. We're known for teaching stupid people. You're smart when you go in, you're stupid when you get out. At least that's how it's been for the past 40 years. I could be a little bit off. H-bar, yes. XLM, yes. XRP, no. Algo, yes. I've seen that ISO 20022. Don't know anything about it. I believe it must be new, because believe it or not, 5 years ago I was a moderator, the #1 moderator for this cat. Damn, what the hell was his name? He had like 90,000 subscribers. He was a big it was before the last halving. He was a big crypto guy. Joseph something or other. I don't recall. But I was the #1 mod there, and I was really into getting all the knowledge of crypto. And then T-Mobile Coinbase hack happened, and I had all my money stolen from me, and they said, sorry, we're not giving it back to you. This is decentralized. You're on your own. And I was like, oh, I'd rather have some regulation where I can call the cops when someone steals my money. And I got out of crypto at that point in time. But I did learn a lot. And also I was around during the last halving, so I know who made it through the last halving, so who will probably make it through this halving. So what were you showing that? Was that your dinner you showed?
Yeah, I'm fixing this. I decided lasagna because I had that or the noodles and shrimp, and I decided to go with the.
You ought to read what the ingredients are.
It's cheese. It's got cheese in it. Tomato sauce.
Yeah, it's probably got about 37,000 ingredients. Nah, it made you look.
Cooked pasta, tomato puree, tomato paste, whole milk, regatta cheese.
No chemicals? I don't.
Vinegar. I love vinegar. Vinegar's good for you. Yeah, xanthium gum, whatever that is.
And then now you're getting to it.
Mozzarella cheese, salt. Got to have salt, I guess. Skim milk, tomato juice. Lord, I have all kinds of tomato products in it. Onions 2% or less. Soybean oil, which my cousins grow. I'm helping the fam. Romano cheese, cow's milk, onion powder. And why would you need onion powder if you have actual onions in there?
Lord knows, I'm not eating it. I make my stuff. Unless I'm in a hurry, I don't buy it like that.
No, you can make your own lasagna from scratch, but you're looking at a lot of time.
Yeah, like I said, it takes a while.
Now, Indy, she probably makes her lasagna from scratch. I got a feeling she's a cook.
Nah, she doesn't cook. I think she's a McDonald's mom.
We got any Italian guys in here? These Italian guys, they'll make it from scratch.
No, they don't. They're lazy ass sons of bitches and go to Italian food restaurants. All the Italians I know, they don't cook. Their wives might every now and then.
Oh yeah, Italian women, if they're old school, they're going to cook. There's no doubt about it, and that's good. It's good, except that you get fat. You know,
see that? Yeah, I told you she wasn't a good cook.
She does make a good lasagna. So there
Well,
you go.
you're making a good lasagna right now too. So
Well, I don't like the meat. I don't put. They used to have a version that had sausage. I loved it, and because I liked it, they did away with it because that's what all they always do. Every place I like to eat goes out of business.
I just
So-
like poking at you, Manny. Now anyone who eats at McDonald's is a fool.
Oh man,
Killing
I
yourself.
just do not want McDonald's anymore. I just
haven't
don't.
eaten there in 7 or 8 years.
I'm telling you, you're not eating real meat. You're not, folks.
I tell you what. Here's the difference between eating right and not eating right. Hold on a second here. Damn, the tape's actually full this time. Maybe. Let's see. Go to not present. That one, virtual background, none. All right. Show Nichols' hair. Nichols, show your hair. You see this? This is natural. It's blonde. And underneath it's a little bit brown, brownish blonde. Look at that. No. Nichols 1 year older or younger than me. He's all gray because he ate fast food.
No. My beard.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you ate
The
fast
beard
food.
is my mustache is dark. My beard is light, so it's a mixture of the two. Kind of like I said, Clooney.
I'm seeing gray like Santa Claus all over that face, bro.
No, not. My hair is not. I really don't have much gray in my hair.
You don't really have much hair. That's what I'm saying.
So I don't have. Are you kidding me?
What's up,
I
mate?
got all kinds of hair. People think I'm letting it grow too long. They go, man, you really letting your hair get out. I go, well, it is winter.
See, now Gerald can cook you up some food. He's a chef.
He's a silver fox. So, but no, I've been actually pretty fortunate. I haven't really. My hair has really pretty much stayed brown.
It don't look it. That my eyes must be going worse than I thought.
You don't see this hair here; it's brown. No, this here is not. My facial. I've had white hair as my facial for 10 years.
I don't see anything above your upper lip.
Yeah, but this is brown. I call it dirty blonde. It's dirty. My mustache is dirty blonde.
Your cameras doesn't go up that high, so no one can see you. We don't even see your nose, so we can't tell what color your hair is. I say it's gray like your beard.
No,
it's
not. But I'm not going to prove it.
All you got to do is adjust your camera up a little bit, and we'll all be able to tell if it's gray or not. I understand.
What's he say? Girl master.
Yes, no, gray hair. I'm seeing gray sideburns. Look at that, gray.
Nope.
It's all gray.
No, just the face around here, and I don't know if I would like to have it all the same color or this part all be different and this part be like that and this part, but I don't have that choice right now unless I color it. I'm not gonna.
Is that your side gig every Christmas? You rent yourself out in a Santa Claus outfit?
No, but I thought about doing that for extra money. I said, man, I think I'm at the right age now to do it. I said I'm going through the Santa Claus phase right now. So I just don't want the kids peeing on me and crapping on me, but and don't promise them. Don't tell them they're going to get what they want, because if they don't, then they're going to put a contract out on every Santa Claus they say. So
I think I wasted $70 today. There was a special on what was a $300 metal detector, and I never bought a metal detector, even though I'm out here in California, because they were all, if they're hundreds of dollars, I'm like, fuck that, I'm not paying for it. I'll wait for them to go on sale. And I was able to catch one. I don't know if it's the best one out there, but I got it for like $70. So it's one less excuse for me to go hit a couple valleys and ravines that have been dry for 150 years and see if there's any gold in there.
I have one. Never used it. Brand new. I've never used it yet. I've got the headphones for it. I don't have the little tools like the little sensor.
I was gardening in my yard. Now I got to take off this here. I was gardening in my yard, and about 6 to 8 inches under the soil, because I was doing a deep, like digging up and whatnot. And I came across this right here, and it's a 925 Italian Silver bracelet.
Figaro bracelet. Figaro. You know,
And
you got to
was
have
in
that
my
little
garden
sensor.
store.
You got the little sensor. It looks like a kind of a little bit bigger than a pin, and then when you dig your hole, you put it in there, and it goes.
Pinpointer.
No. I don't have that. I've got the little shovel. I've got my little shovel. I've got my detector. I've got my headphones, but I don't have the little sensor that you got to have. So I got to get that before I go looking. I'm going to find platinum.
You want to find platinum? Go down to Colombia. That's where the conquistadors found it, and they found so much of it they called it platina, little silver, because they couldn't fucking smelt it down, but they could smelt down all the silver and all the gold, and they threw all the platina off to the side, which means they were discarding platinum wherever their smelters were from the 15th, 16th century when they were down there. There's crap loads of platinum around that area.
Hey, I see 79. I usually can't see her. Oh, that's right. I'm up here. I can see her when I'm up here. 79 is in the house.
You're on my channel. I don't have her blocked on my channel. She's welcome to come here. I don't even think I can time her out here. Yeah, that's fucked up. What's up, 79? Yeah, I can't time her out because she's a moderator, so I can't even time her out. It's called free will. Not free willy, free will. See now Nichols disappearing. So anyone else want to talk about anything else? Got micronuclear out of the way. Got fungi in the mycelia network out of the way. Gave you a little bit of information. Let's just see a video on Paul Stamets. Believe it or not, that guy, the video of Paul Stamets, it doesn't look like it. But if you watch enough of his shit, he'll tell you when he was in college, before he went to college, he was scared of lightning real bad. He had a phobia of lightning. And he said, and this is what got him into mushrooms real big. He said he did a copious amount of a psilocybin mushrooms. And it like emboldened him in that moment. And he climbed up a pine tree to the very top of it and was yelling and screaming at the lightning. Said he had several epiphanies and whatnot. And then he went to college, came out of college and started studying on mushrooms, and now has 17 patents, all of them with health benefits for humans via different types of mushrooms. So
I like to eat mushrooms.
Might be something said that it's still beside a mushroom, but I ain't never gonna touch it. Because I've seen mushrooms up underneath microscopes. And
I bet 79 cooks.
There's too many bugs. I don't like eating bugs.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that Biden pardoned his son, and I guess that's real news. So I didn't know if it was fake or not.
You know, it's like this. If he pardoned his son, for one, that can be overturned. That pardon can be overturned. If it doesn't get overturned, that means he made a deal with the next administration, which means he turncoated on a lot of people and gave away a lot of information. So that's a good thing. And who cares if Hunter Biden goes to jail as long as he goes away? Hunter, that is. I don't really care if he goes to jail as long as he's not in a position to do any harm to anyone or make any serious money off of doing harm to anyone.
Gerald, if you're referring to Trump, he can pardon himself. Now, some scholars say you can, some say you can't. So it would be, I guess the Supreme Court would have to finally make the ruling on that. But he could step down and let Vance take over and then have Vance pardon him. That's just
pardon him for what? What's he got to be pardoned for?
All these fake convictions they put on him.
Fake, exactly. And if you actually kept up with the news, they were all brought to light when they changed the law in New York City to go further than the statute of limitations on this one case specifically for him, specifically targeting only him. They changed the law to target only him, which is illegal in and of itself. And then when they found him guilty, when the bank determined that there was no fraud, he paid the money back. They were happy. Both parties were happy. Nothing happened, but they still wanted to find him guilty, so they made up something for him to be guilty of. I mean,
everybody does that. Everybody does that. Everybody overvalues their home to get more money. Everybody lies on their resume to get the job.
Everybody. The freaking U.S. government does it because they make fucking tax dollars off of property tax. The more your property's worth, the more tax they get. So they encourage overvaluation of your property so they get more money. So how can they go after you for something that they encourage? It's just specifically targeted and a bunch of bullshit, and it's not legitimate at all. And each and every one of them are going to be overturned during the appeal process. So he will not have to be pardoned. So to talk about it is like you're sounding like freaking Oprah Winfrey, or not Oprah Winfrey, who's that other girl, Joy on the 5 is what you're sounding like, talking about made up shit that's never going to happen. The truth is it's all going to get overturned because it's all bullshit, and we all know it. So to talk about it, Joy, that's her name, Joy, and that girl who played on Star Trek, Whoopi Goldberg, her.
Oh, Whoopi.
That's who you're sounding like when you start saying, well, he's got to be pardoned. He doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's already, you already gone down the rabbit hole, and you're going to get wiped up.
Wasn't she in Predator? Did she play Predator?
I never really cared for her. I definitely didn't like her in Star Trek. What's up, Jeffro? See, Jeffro Bodine, he more likes the Dukes of Hazzard kind of guy. Where the name comes from, Jeffro Bodine. I think he was the deputy sheriff.
Whoopee Cushion. That's her nickname. She passed gas all the time, so that was her nickname, Whoopee.
I was actually doing studies in Africa on my bees when Oprah's all-girls school got busted for sex slavery, and then she went quiet for several years, didn't hear shit about it. It was a big deal in Africa. Because believe it or not, they don't like American blacks. They see them as exactly what they are, worthless.
Yeah, see, it was cheap. It was cheap hiring Whoopi. It was cheap hiring Whoopi to be the Predator because they didn't need makeup. So they could just put her right out there. Uh-oh.
Roscoe Pico Train. That was the sheriff. Who was Jeffro Bodine?
He was Jethro. He was Jethro on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay, Beverly Hillbillies was Jeffro Bodine. Okay, I got the wrong show. Sorry about that.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Gerald likes his crypto. He's in love with that stuff.
Everyone's got their place and thing to do that they're good at and are into. There's nothing wrong with it. It is going to be part of the future, whether or not they call it crypto or if they use it as a platform that they copy to get the next evolution of that technology, which I believe is more likely the case. Because anytime any first don't last in economics and anything. The first usually is the trial. They put it out, they see where all the holes are. And then the second thing they come out with is more controllable by them, and they can fill the gaps of making you feel uncomfortable with using it and blah, blah, blah. That, or what it is they allow it to be put out so that it changes your perception about things. So that way they can stop it and come up with their own thing after you accept that other thing that they allowed, which is another long-term possibility. Or it's an organic thing that's going to happen, which I very seriously doubt. Because if it was an organic thing, we'd know who Satoshi is. So there is something nefarious behind the starting of this crypto stuff. This is like the computer, you know, just an O2 version. But here I am. I'm bringing you all this stuff about space, and they ain't gonna be paying nobody up in space in freaking cash or in gold and silver. It's gonna be digital, so it is a coming in one form or another. What that form is, I don't know.
I think platinum is going to go up. I think everything Trump does, I think it favors platinum.
Yeah, and I tell you what, you need to take your politics out of that, because what's going to happen with platinum is it's going down, according to the charts. But if you think politicians override charts, okay, sure. Charts start going down quite possibly as low as 750 in the next month or two, which means there's probably going to be a crash. But that's just what the charts show now. Charts don't tell the future. They only show the past and the direction. And directions change as soon as you make a left at Albuquerque. Yeah, I need to get some money going so I can start paying people to do the CAT, capital C, period A, period T. It's computer design, graphically taking an image and 3D modeling it as like a virtual walkthrough. And you only can do that when all the schematics and everything else set. Your architectural, engineering, electronic, all that stuff's together. So I got to pay to have that done. Huh. You don't see a wedge going down on the, I think it's the 1 month or 1 week chart. That's been consecutive for a while. I don't have any charts in front of me. I was going off of this gentleman's show here. Let's see. Called Good Morning Stackers. An Australian show, shows up about 2:30 in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. It's morning for them. That's why it's called Good Morning Stackers. Yeah, most definitely no long term. Well, see, and this is what I don't like about charts, Jay, because I've done videos on this. The platinum chart's a fucking lie. It's a lie. It's manipulated. Because if you look at the chart all the way up till 2011, going all the way back till 1900, it was twice the price, if not more, than gold. Then all of a sudden, 2011, when South Africa, the main manufacturer producer of platinum, signed on with BRICS and signed on with the One Belt Road Initiative with China, the charts flipped. And platinum in the 2-year time period was half the price of gold. In 2011, platinum was $2,280. Gold was $900. So from that point on, totally more, more manipulated. And I believe, and I've said this, and I'll stand to this until someone proves me wrong, China is controlling the manipulation, because this year alone, China had to buy 2.5 million ounces by contract to fulfill auto manufacturing of a new hybrid engine design that 10 car companies already contracted and paid to have delivered. And they knew this years ago when they signed those contracts that they would need the platinum. And they didn't need it at $5,000 an ounce. They needed it at $1,000 an ounce. And that's what they got it at as soon as they signed the South Africa signed the One Belt Road Initiative and joined BRICS. That's when the price of platinum inverted and started down to 1,000 and just stayed there. Little pumps every now and then showing it was still alive. But boom, 1100,000 for 13 years straight. It was above gold, and then it just fucking plateaued. As the use case went up, as technological need demanded more of it. My ass. It's a bunch of bullshit. So that's why I say buy silver, buy platinum, and buy crystallized osmium, because they are all undervalued. Silver's manipulated. Governments around the world are manipulating the price of silver. When it'll break, hell, if I imagine it'll break when LBMA breaks, because they're the ones that are not compliant with Basel III. And I found out the reason, well, not the reason why, but one reason why I believe they're not in compliance with Basel III is because most of London's central bank's assets are in paper, tier 3 asset gold, not tier 1 asset gold, and also with silver. So when they become compliant, 100% compliant with Basel III, they're going to be bankrupt. So that's why they haven't been in compliance with Basel III. And no one's pushing them hard enough. And they're not transferring fast enough to get rid of those class tier 3 paper contracts of gold and get physical gold to back up all their bullshit. They're in worse case than shape in America. Big time. But that's their problem, not ours. That's a great opinion, Jay. And it's a true opinion after 2012. And right now, that's why I tell people to buy it, man. Even if you look at the coin, the 1 ounce platinum eagle, the mint values it at twice the value of the 1 ounce gold coin, because the 1 ounce platinum coin has a 100 ounce value, $100 value, and the 1 ounce gold coin has a $50 value. So even the U.S. Mint knows that platinum is worth twice what gold is. The only reason it's not showing up on the charts and on the contracts and in our faces as that is because of manipulation. Manipulation ends. Right now, it's historically cheap. You're getting it at 25% its true value, maybe 20% its true value. Buy it up. Buy it up. No, I have no. Do you have any American Platinum Eagles?
No, I have the.
I have Britannias.
Yeah, that's what I have.
And bars. But what I have most of.
And jewelry.
Yeah. Ooh, Independent Mini, you'll like this. Holy shit, do I have a lot. Osmium, crystallized osmium, and precious gems, emeralds, amethyst, sapphires, alexandrite, what's the T1? Topaz, citrines, and some more emerald.
And we have the purple stone, amethyst.
Amethyst, yes. And also, depending on the stone, it could be alexandrite. But if alexandrite was, if you were getting purple, you'd also be getting blues and greens out of it, because alexandrite kind of is like a diamond of gems, of the gem where it changes colors, or it can change colors. Just like diamonds, it flashes different colors. Oh shit, I need some milk in my tea. Look at that, there's no milk in my tea. What kind of Scotsman am I? There we go. I feel like a Scotsman without my kilt. Oh, you should see what happened. I've got a video. Don't know where it's out. Scientists fed graphene to spiders. And the webbing they put out was holy crap fire interesting stuff. Very, very strong, thin. Hey, what's up, Silverboy Blues? Very, very, very thin stuff. Yes, I don't know exactly what they're using it for, but I can see a lot of, I mean, you can synthesize it once the spider creates it, and you can find out just like they do with silk. So, right on, Gerald. Man, oh man, oh man, it was a good year on growing this year.
JM is back in the house.
JM, is he down there? No,
Yeah.
okay. See, that's my.
He's free to come up now.
That's the machine right there. Oh, my glasses. Still waiting for Independent Mini to come up here. Get an accidental face review. Yeah, this everything's going to be getting hit. I mean, not everyone's happy with the loss of the fucking election. There's people out there combined lost $1.5 billion are pissed off. Too bad on them. Their cheating didn't work this time. Yes, Jay. A crash. Now, that's just it can be avoided. The Fed can do a lot of shit to avoid it. It is quite possible. I haven't done studies on it thorough on the 1921-22 silent depression. I do know that we were in a depression for 18 months and then we came out of it real quick. Took like 16 months to recover. And then we hit the roaring 20s. And the reason why is because the federal government did nothing. So it just like worked itself out. So it is possible that since they changed the definition of recession and they're not lying, I mean, they're lying about the numbers. It's possible. I'm not saying it's happened, but it's possible we could have actually been going and are in and possibly coming out of a depression. And we might miss the crash part this time if history repeats closer to cycles than not. And the crash will happen around 20, 28, 29, 30, somewhere around there. But if not, yeah, we'll have a major correction right now. People are saying 80%, 50%. I could see probably 30% because we are going to be purging Chinese companies out of our stock market and out of our business as soon as the next administration gets in, and that will affect the stock market in a downward direction. This new administration said they're going to do that, so you can expect it. You can also expect, since they bring in a lot of money every time that they're president, that they might bring in enough money to override the downturn from losing some large companies off the stock market. It's possible that we could introduce a new Australian company or European company or African company or something, they would take the place of the Chinese controlled companies that we're going to be purging out of our stock market. The guy is the master of the deal, so I wouldn't count it out, but there's still going to be hold on, wait. Just a matter of, is it or is it? And he brought in $3 trillion last time he was president, his first year, from out of country fucking investment. If he can bring in that kind of money this time, that changes a lot of crap in economies. I mean, I was going to do a video. There was this king of Kush, Western Africa, which I like doing stories on. Don't remember the guy's name. He was the emperor of Kush, and you know how he won wars? He would go visit other city-states. It was like 500 AD, 700 AD, something like that. he would just go visit them, and he'd bring like tens of thousands of people as entourage, and we'd bring gold and silver. And every city he went to got hyperinflated because he brought so much fucking gold and silver, and their economies collapsed. And by the time he left, the ruler of that city was begging him for help. So he basically would conquer a city without firing a shot. You want to know how effective economic war can be? Read history. And it works very well. But anyhow, let's not get back into common sense and intelligence. Let's just talk about shit. Yeah, Agenda 2030. That's it. I've heard a lot of, 19, exactly, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Damn, Jeff. I knew I liked you for a reason. You actually get it. So, sorry, JM, you got to holler up. Oh, my God, you are down there. My computer, I can't see. Sorry, JM. Oh, my goodness gracious me, with such a pretty picture.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. I was busy.
Oh, I don't care, man. It's a beautiful picture. I can match her. Hold on, please. I can match that. Is that yours? Did you grow that?
That's my Halloween costume for next year.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's smoking.
It damn sure is.
It's not mine. I did a Google image search on Afghan Kush because that was my most memorable experience with that sort of thing when I was very young. And I've never partaken in anything that was quite like it.
That's actually better shit.
That looks pretty potent too. Is that your diesel?
Yes, sir.
Mm.
It's got that purple. It's got all those trichomes. Actually, it looks a lot better than that shit that she got. But I'm prejudiced. This is my shit. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. The picture I've got doesn't look that impressive. It actually looks like it's really trimmed.
And that's the buds sideways coming off the plant because they were too heavy for the stem to hold them up. So I had to start stringing them up. They were actually at they went from like this to
maximum capacity.
Yeah, I had to help the limbs out. Oh, here's another one.
Good to see everyone.
I wish I had a better picture. It looks sweet on my end. It's not coming through as sweet as it looks.
It's still coming through though. Can tell.
Yeah, and there's cropped out. That's about a 4 foot, several limbs, about 4-inch round buds.
So it looks like you really trim off the bigger leaves as it's growing. Then.
Yeah. Well, towards the end, there's different. There's reasons for both.
Mm-hmm.
For leaving them or for pulling them.
Yeah.
It all depends. Are they going to
be efficient or not?
It's scenario and situational driven on each and every individual case. I actually do both. I will leave them on for quite some time, but then towards the end of the life of the plant, from my choosing of cutting it down, I will pull all the big, what I call water leaves, to allow more light to the inside of the plant.
Good call.
People say, yeah, okay, there's more light being taken in by the plant if you leave them, and everything everyone says is true. So after you learn everything about it, what you got to come to a conclusion is what is of everything is right for your scenario. And what I mean by that is I've been experimenting this year coming up. I'm going to do the same. In between my house and my neighbor's house, we have about 10 foot. And we're going to grow 8 plants there this year. They're going to be natural light deprivation because they're only going to get about an hour and 40 minutes of direct light, only if the clouds aren't in the way when the sun goes between house to house. It's not going to have full, but it's going to be a little more potent weed because the plant acts differently when it's light deprived and growing than if it's in a full sun environment. So I'm using a different growing technique there than I am out in the backyard where I have full sun from basically morning to night. And I have more of a wind problem because it gets windy and it'll like blow the plant. And so I got
Yeah, you don't want the stalk to. I've had a few I've grown in the past.
split. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they're young, right?
Well, see, now there's also this technique called knuckling. And what that is as the limb comes up and breaks off of the main plant.
Yeah, bandage it.
You take and you bend it, not to where it breaks, but bend it to where it like almost breaks, like crack but not breaks.
Mm-hmm.
It'll form like what would be up here on human bone is a calcium ring, where it strengthens that area. The same thing happens in plants. It's called a knuckle, and from that point on, all the bud is more intense than anywhere else on the plant because of that technique. So there's so much to growing. No one's wrong for their scenario if you have all the information. If you don't have all the information, you could be what you're doing could be wrong for your scenario. But like I know so fucking much about shit. I mean, I already have Candace lily and I'm gonna plant tomatoes over there. That's gonna help out. So I'm not concerned about the light issue at all. The plant's gonna grow. It's like the oxygen rocks from underground. No one thought that any other way of creating oxygen other than photosynthesis. Well, I believe there's lots of ways to do things. But our science doesn't say so yet. And one of those things, that's why I'm so interested in the fungi network. One of those things is I don't think light's that's important. It's important, but not as important as people put on it. In other words, like my plants that I'm going to be growing, where I get like an hour, 40 minutes of sunlight, and then the rest of it's indirect sunlight, bounced light off the side of the house, and shaded light, but still light. And then the ones I have in total back, the ones I do in the back are going to be probably puffier, but as far as height wise, the ones on the side are going to be stringing out for that light, so they're going to be taller because of the scenario they're in. So I can't use the same growing technique for each plant.
Yeah.
So you got to know all the growing techniques and apply what works for the scenario of where the plant's at.
Makes sense.
So
I always prefer for it to be natural sunlight. Prefer for it not to be under grow lights.
Yeah, I mean, grow lights would give more light than in between the houses, but it would cost me a lot of money in electricity.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't like that. The way I grow, I don't like wasting money on it, any of it. And I don't waste money. I don't. Just water. It's water. That's all you need. You got everything else ready, and you can grow anything. My watermelons next year are going to be off the hook. Yeah, watermelons. Because I take care of the soil, then things are going to take off. I'm going to get a crap load of watermelons. It'll work for anything. You just get the soil right, fungi network, the mycelia network, and then tap into it. And nature is a beautiful thing. It works better than fucking Monsanto every day of the week.
Oh, Monsanto sucks. Well, hey, Jay, for if you just want to relax and chill, then you want indica. But if you want sort of more of a caffeine upper type of effect, then you'd want sativa, and you would not want to smoke sativa or partake in sativa, within a couple hours before going to bed. Sativa will keep you awake. And the indica, a lot of people say, oh, it just makes me tired. I just pass out. 90% chance that's because they had indica. And either of them can give you wicked, wicked munchies.
You just got to find out what's right for you. There's so many varieties. Back in the day when I started, there was only indica and sativa. And now there's 80, 20, 60, 40, and then indica sativa, and then sativa indica. So you have 10 different varieties of hybrids along with straight indica and sativa, which actually there aren't that many varieties out there of pure indica and or pure sativa. Most of what you get is a hybrid nowadays.
Yeah. Even if it's classified as one or the other, chances are it's still a hybrid.
Yep. Because they've been mixed and matched so many times. I actually have in here. This is my whole box of seeds. I actually put these in here. I have my amaryllis. These are my amaryllis seeds. About 500 in the pod. I have the original Belizean Breeze.
Nice.
6 seeds in here. Got them from Belize.
That's awesome. So I'll show you what I got on tap here. This one's a hybrid.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Two Pink Two Kush. Hey, Andy. Welcome back. Oh, what's this one? This one's hybrid as well. Blue Dream.
Yeah. It's a mix of blue Hawaii and something blue something else.
Yeah. But for sure, yeah, like if it's say it's the weekend and I don't have to drive anywhere, definitely sativa during the morning. Or what's this one here? Strawberry. I think it's strawberry lemonade is what they call it, but that's supposed to be sativa there. What's last?
Ooh, wait. Show and tell. Hold on.
There's an indica. They call it Skittles. But I don't really go through that much indica. Thanks, Cindy. And that's the last one I got. They call it green crack. But that's sativa as well. Very nice. What about you, Nickel? I know you don't really partake in the greenery or alcohol, really, for that matter.
Nope. Green
Probably.
tea for me. Green tea's my
There you
drink.
go. That's good. I like green tea.
For reference,
Yeah, that's a nice.
it goes to about right about where the tip of my finger is. So about 16 inch, the center one here. This big son of a bitch center. This is all one plant. It was a dwarf plant, and it all came out pretty much just bud. It's about that thick, and it's dry. It was a lot thicker. I haven't busted it down to start smoking it yet. But yeah.
Yeah, I do. C4, I do definitely enjoy it. Pretty much on a daily basis, but I really don't go through that much. Like typical day, maybe 1 or 2 grams. So everything that I showed you there easily lasts me a month or 2, maybe more. Say 2 months, most likely. Yeah, some people do, some people don't. Like one thing I don't do is pharmaceuticals. Like,
You got me going now, man. I just broke the top off. This is the top of the smaller limbs.
Right on.
Because I have so much already. I got like so much still hanging. I have shitloads like that right there. Bang! All part of this. Ah, beautiful stuff. I got about a pound and a quarter in jars down there, cured up and shit. about a pound hanging up in the back room, and I gave away about a pound and a half. Because I'm a nice guy.
And, you know, it's wild because it's been illegal for so long. It's just in the last couple of years where it was legalized here. So it feels like there's all sorts of pent up desire for the show and tell thing on it.
Oh shit, out here, dude. I was part of what the original cast of the main pushers of Prop 215, and thereafter when it got passed. You're welcome. All the hybrids that you're smoking were developed by me and about 50 other people for about a year and a half. 2 groups, one in East Oakland, one in LA, about 30 people in each group. We had a big warehouse, lots of very famous people.
Yep.
Like
I know a few
Jack,
growers.
like Jack Herrera and myself and others. We took what breeds were out there, crossbred them, seeded them, did an indoor 5 generation, got the seeds, and started distributing them out to the freaking world. And that's when we came up with the AK-47s, the train wrecks, the white widows, the white rhinos, the angel, purple cream, purple X, and all these. They came. We developed those.
What about cheese?
I took and ran with it and did your own.
Have you ever heard of the strain called? I think it's called UK cheese.
All the new ones from about, I don't know, from about 2015, 2016 on, I had nothing to do with. Okay. And there's been thousands of them since then. As a matter of fact, when have you ever heard of AK-47? Is it even still around, or have they bred it out or crossbred it so many times it no longer exists?
I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen
it. But it used to be prevalent as fuck. You'd see it everywhere. And, White Widow and Granddaddy Perp and Purple X and Purple Cream and Blueberry Muffin, all of those motherfuckers. I know who invented all of them.
Well, I'm pretty sure where I'm getting mine, they are being grown from heirloom seeds.
If they do it from seed, it's all good.
Yep.
Clones, you got a problem with clones because you have these things like H1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, meaning you have the mother plant. First generation is called Gen 1 or H1. They'll be almost as potent THC-wise as the mother plant. The second cropping, or their H2 and then H3, the THC level percentage goes down on each of them. So when you go buy a clone, you could buy an H4 of, like, say, an AK-47 that you're expecting to be potent as hell, and it not be potent at all because it's 4th generation clone. The mother plant was already deprived of all its nutrients and dying, throwing out what it could, and they took, for maximizing profit, they stripped it as much as possible. And
degradation.
So they basically, they monetized the hell out of an industry that was cool as fuck. Excuse my language.
So what's your take on XRP? I know you're not big.
I think Ninja's a big fan of it. I don't own any of it. I like XLM. I don't own any of it. I don't have money to own any of them. If I had money, I'd buy XLM, not XRP, because I don't know XRP. I do know they've had lots of issues with the government, which tells me right off the bat, do I really want to get involved with someone who's gone round and round with the government as far as business goes? Probably not, because in 4 years, they might have another go around with the government when administration changes to where XLM is more secure, and it also will go up exponentially as much, but no one talks about it. They're hyping XRP. It's one of those, in my opinion, not that it won't FOMO and go up and all these use cases that Ninja says. It will do that, but so will XRP, because it's the XRP platform and it's better. XLM platform's a better platform than the XRP platform. So all of it's going to be like a 2-tier. Maybe for retail, it'll be XRP, but for governments and businesses, it's going to be XLM. So XLM's a more stable, long-term, sound investment, in my personal opinion. This is not financial advice or anything. It's my talking crap advice.
Okay. Yeah, my understanding was that it was going to be sort of spearhead. The XRP would be spearheaded by the banking and industrial sectors, whereas XLM was going to be spearheaded really by the governments.
Yeah, and which ones do you think is going to last longest? You think Sears and Roebuck's going to last longer than the federal government?
I've got a gut feeling that behind the scenes that they'll actually end up working together. But like
I think. Hold on a second. Going on that exact premise, I think XLM's already working with the government. So why do they need XRP when it comes to that point in time?
Well, because XRP is already working with the financial institutions, right? Financial institutions are
Hold on a second. Having just said that, can you not agree if you had a contract with the Treasury Department of the United States government that you too would be working hand in hand with the Federal Treasury Department? Because that's what XLM has. XRP doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So if XLM has a contract with the Treasury Department, I don't give a fuck what the Treasury Department's going to use or say they're going to use. They're contracted with XLM to use XLM for sure. Yep. Whatever both of them decide to come up with that they use, it's XRP. Cool. It's still going to be XLM.
Here we got Chef Stacker in the house. Hey, Chef.
Chef. You guys need to get to know Chef Stacker. He is going to have one of the biggest fucking pawn shops in Southern California in a couple of years.
Right on. You know, if it's a high-end pawn shop, like a good one, a nice one, that would be something else to work there.
Be like working at a fucking weed shop. Enjoy your job. See lots of cool shit.
Yeah.
Down in Southern California, you can buy all the shit from Beverly Hills as they go broke. You could, oh my God. It'd be like a Las Vegas freaking pawn shops, man. they're, when people go bust, or, you know, when they win a lot of money, they buy all new shit, and they go bust, they have to sell it to the pawn shop. Pawn shops down in LA, or Las Vegas, excuse me. They got some real good, like, fucking dirt bikes that have fucking 27 miles on them. They sell for $2,000 cheaper. You can buy anywhere else. Because the guy won a lot on a fucking slot machine, went out and fucking bought a bike, broke his leg, and then sold it because he realized he didn't know how to drive a freaking off-road motorcycle.
I could actually see Nickel doing something like that too. Like, he's really, really knowledgeable on a lot of the buy and sell type product.
And I'm knowledgeable about heavy safes. I would say someone else, if I was chef, would be moving it. Not me. I'm not getting a hernia. So he's got him probably a safe that probably with the size of a casket, I guess.
You need a robotic dog. That way you don't need a safe.
It's definitely a good size safe.
See, that's where crystallized osmium comes in. 1 ounce crystallized osmium. This small little disc, smaller than a credit card, $60,000, $70,000. You can carry $2 million on your person and it not show. Stitched into your clothing if need be. Pass through metal detectors, carry your wealth straight through to the airplane, go coach. No one will know you have fucking $2-3 million sewn inside your shirts and little fucking discs of crystallized osmium. When you get to Europe, probably sell, get your money. That's why it's unregulated by the federal government or any other government right now, because it's such a new product. They haven't looked at legislating it. And it's going to be sold out before they have a chance. That's why everyone needs to buy some. Goes up average of 15% month over month.
Jeffro's got to work early in the morning. Have a good evening, man.
Thank you. Hey, interrupt me anytime when someone's coming or going. How's it going, Rick? Jeffro, thank you very much, my brother, for stopping by.
I want Indy to come up here so she can interrupt you a couple times.
I would love to not have a chance to mute her. That right there just stopped her from coming.
Has
She's like, oh, hell
Indy
no,
bought
I'm not
into
giving
metals?
Neil a chance to mute me. I can hear it already. Whatever, girl.
Has Indy bought into the metals yet? I think she was kind of considering it, wasn't she?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. Hey, 999.
What's up, 999? Indy needs to be buying some silver.
Yeah, I know she's definitely interested in all of it. And she's learning. I heard that she's willing to accept precious metals as gifts.
Nah. Hey,
I
I'm
will.
opening up a bank. I only accept deposits in precious metals. I guarantee their security. You'll never
cash
see them once you deposit them. They'll be safe.
Well,
You'll never see them
I made a
again.
resolution. I'm going to force myself to accept precious metals as gifts. My birthday's December 11th. Everybody, just passing the information along. That's all.
Happy birthday, Nickel.
And he's telling you that because Santa's going to bring him coal, and he wants a little bit more of it because he's been a bad boy all year. You got to be good to get precious metals, my friend.
I mean, I think I can force myself to accept metals. I think, yeah.
Well, in which case, diamonds aren't a precious metal, really, but they're still valuable. And then, if you're really a tight ass and you get coal and you sit on them for a few years, you might get a diamond out of it. Who knows?
Well,
You can try
hey, Jay, we got a question here, not a question, a comment saying crystallized osmium is not divisible, but it actually does. It comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes.
It's very divisible. You want to see what $60, $70 worth of crystallized osmium?
But I may be misunderstanding that comment.
Let me see if I can find the comment. Is it
It's
on?
not.
Let's see. I have 3 brothers, sisters. Let's see.
Currently, it's done by weight and area, but I heard a rumor that they might actually go to carat.
Yeah, they're working on that.
Yeah, you would not. Yeah, it's not like what do they call it, like those Kit Kat bars where you can, break a 1 ounce round into 4 or bar into 4.
That's about
Just is what
$400. And one of those little suckers. Where's he at? He's in there somewhere. I saw him. There he is. A little cube there is worth $70. Or square, not cube. So one of those $70 is about $400. And they got eyes. Nickel has an eye.
Yep, I've got an eye like the eye in Indiana. And they used to put the just a single I used to be on the hats, and then they went to the I and the U. So.
Hey, we got Big Chop in the house. Neil, I don't know if you know Big Chop or not, but we used to have some really good conversations about precious metals, and so he started stocking. He's up to about 123 troy ounce silver now.
Damn, that's nice.
And I know he's just been chipping away at it, chip.
And that's how you do it.
Bit by bit.
The first time I started stacking, I got up to 300 ounces. I was on unemployment.
Yep.
Of course, it was like, less than $20 an ounce. So it was easier to get, 5 ounces for $100. Spend $300, get 15 ounces. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, I had 300 ounces.
I've been chipping away since 1999.
Nice.
What, you got 5 ounces now?
I started in 2016.
I started again 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you use it. When you say
I use
it, you're doing it literally.
I do what I say. I buy silver, platinum, crystallized osmium, and I am my own bank. I only put money in a bank account if I have to make a purchase online or use my debit card or whatever. I keep very little money in the bank. I keep it in the form of precious metals or whatever, or cash at the house. So I use precious metals as a bank. I mean, it's a crudely run bank because I'm not a professional banker and I'm learning, but I do and have and will continue to use it until I have enough where I'm making enough fiat capital where I don't need to be concerned about, because I have so much to throw around. I'll just stack up and throw the fiat around and keep stacking and stacking until it gets bad times for me personally in my economy. And then I'll use my precious metals as a bank, like I say I do, because that's why I say do it, because I do it. I am not a hypocrite. I am no hippo, and I am not a crit. I don't even know what a crit is. I've seen hippos.
It might be something like a hippo crossed with a Chrissy, giving you hypocrisy.
Never seen one.
But yeah, truth be told, I haven't bought a whole lot of silver recently because I've just been tighter on cash the last year. And now that I see that the prices have dropped a bit,
that's just how it is, when cash is tight, cash out to keep yourself going. Everything runs in a rhythm. Bad times don't last forever. Make sure you have enough silver to get yourself through the bad times. Once good times come, just restack.
and keep cash on hand too, right? Like that's the number one mistake in stacking metals that I see is people do get excited. And Silver Boy Blues even said here, I amassed an incredible amount because it became an addiction. And it can, like, once you feel the silver and the gold, the platinum, the metals, and it can become addictive. So
nice.
The biggest mistake I see is people going all in or, head over heels to the point where they go into debt to do it.
Yeah, like they mortgage the home. They mortgage the home just to buy metals.
Yeah, or they, they run out of cash, right? Because you always want to be diversified, right? You want to have as many to me anyway, I think you want to have lots of options. And to me, the metals are just one of those options.
Yep. So this is my 25th year, my silver anniversary.
That's awesome.
Stacking silver.
So you've been buying cheap. You probably bought really cheap and really expensive. Did you buy any when silver was up at like 45 and 50?
No.
Back in the day. Nice. So you missed that.
Well, I think, with Money Metals, I used to do the monthly thing where you bought and it automatically took out the money for it. I did that for about a year. And then I probably did pay as high as 35, 36 for it. But I don't do that anymore. So
what people don't consider is these right here. These are just like precious metals. This is amethyst, topaz. Very, very expensive freaking jewels. They hold value. I mean, damn. I mean, this thing, you're not getting the justice of the beauty of that thing through this freaking camera lens. That thing is freaking gorgeous. See all that sparkle? This thing's freaking gorgeous as hell. And it holds its value and gains value. There's lots of
it fluctuates too.
Yeah, well, it's like, as I was fixing to say, it's like housing. Housing isn't a precious metal, but damn, how many people make hundreds of thousands of dollars off that shit? It's Here, this is citrine. This one's for you, here, Nickel. Citrine.
I call that latrine.
As long as you make money and then invest it in sound money, it doesn't matter if it is money or if it isn't money. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know, maybe they state it improperly when they're talking and they don't realize they're stating it improperly. What's up, Tony? They make it sound like if it's not money, it's not a precious metal, it's not worth investing in. And that's just, to me, a wrong mindset, because you can make more profit margin of buying and selling a house in good times than you can on precious metals. 100-fold.
It's a lot easier to leverage too.
Yeah, it's about what people value is how you make capital or money or fiat. And then with that, you got to change mindsets and go into an investment type mindset or a self-sustainability mindset, like myself, or be your own bank type thing. And then you invest in those metals or those commodities or those assets that can get you to that point, no matter what they are. gold, silver, platinum, crystallized osmium, jewels, artwork, jewelry. I mean, and then speaking of jewelry, if you take gold, silver, platinum, and jewels, fuck, why don't you make some jewelry if you really want to make money? Because as soon as you combine gold and a gem into a piece of jewelry, what are you doing? Quit it. You get a 1 to 500% increase of the value right off the bat. So you can take $2,000 worth of gold, $2,000 fucking topaz, turn it into a ring, and you got yourself a $10,000 ring. You can't make that kind of money off of any other precious metal in the form of just a precious metal. It has to be in the form of jewelry to get that kind of gain in value. So it's a mindset of value to in-game storage of economic value for yourself. And people just they don't come at it right. So they're not gonna be keeping their crap because they don't have the right mindset. Because if you plan on it saving you, you got the wrong mindset. You got to save yourself and have it help you along the way. In other words, skills and abilities that you can sell and even make. Here's an idea. People are always like, shit hits the fan scenario, whatever, bad times. Instead of using your silver to buy stuff, gain some skills to where you can make silver during those bad times. So that way you won't spend your silver. You'll be earning silver. So that way when good times come, you'll be wealthier because you still have your silver.
Yeah, like you
would have spent their silver getting through those bad times.
You're saying, so if you can take like one of those silver bars that I'm showing in my picture there,
mm-hmm.
You can turn that one silver bar, say it's, just for argument's sake, say it's $30 US for that. And you can turn that into 3 silver rings.
You sell each ring for $100. You made $300.
Right. You can add value to it. And so that's another.
And that $300, now you're buying 10 of those from that one if you have the skill to be able to do it. And it's not that hard. And it doesn't take that much equipment.
Yep.
And then if you want to get higher dollar, you add the gems, different stuff, But yeah, that's the principle. And it's a very factually doable thing.
Yep.
It's
and I agree with
possible at all.
I agree with Big Chap there. He thinks silver has the highest room to grow.
It's 740 here, Tony.
It's budget friendly too.
Very budget friendly. And here's another thing you need to look at. Look at the ratios. Everyone talks about gold to silver ratios, and you concentrate on that. Look at the platinum to gold ratio and the platinum to silver ratio. And if you believe in ratios being a good way to look at purchase value, which one to purchase because of the ratios, as soon as you look at those ratios, you'll probably be buying platinum.
Well, you know what? The only problem I have with that is when you look at the premiums. The premiums on platinum.
The true value. That shows the true value. Premium is the true value. If it's a high premium, platinum's twice the premium of gold because it's twice the value of gold, and everyone knows about it except for the people who are fucking pricing it at fucking $900. They don't know it because they're manipulating it. The premium tells you the real value of the metal and lets you know if it's manipulated or not. Gold's got a low premium because it's not manipulated. It's got a high price. It's doing what it's supposed to. Silver can have a high premium when it goes up because it's manipulated. Platinum has a high premium because it's manipulated.
And when
doesn't have a high premium because it's not manipulated. If you look at it like that, you can tell which ones are manipulated. Look at the charts and you'll pretty much be right.
And when silver drops, a lot of the dealers won't even pay you spot.
Oh, of course not. Yeah. See, that's a yeah. But see, a lot of dealers won't take platinum. But that'll change too.
Definitely buy and hold, right?
Yeah.
The saying, buy low, hold high.
That's Lynette Zhang. Buy low, sell high.
Hold high.
Now, that's why, and if you follow Lynette Zhang, buy low, sell high, don't buy gold because it's at its all-time high. You buy silver and platinum because they're at their all-time lows. Even silver at 30 is low because its all-time high is 50. So it's 60% of its all-time high. So it's still undervalued.
To me, the phrase "sell high" implies trading, which is why I prefer to just say "buy low, hold high."
Sell high. This is what it means to me.
Oh, we're spelling it H-I-G-H.
I'll sell you this. I'm high.
Hey, Neil, have you ever met Big Chop before?
No, I haven't.
Or seen him in
I've
any-
never met any of you guys.
He's in some great live streams. He's got a fantastic channel himself.
No, there's another channel we've interacted. I don't recall the name of the channel. I don't know if it was Tiger Stacker or Sal or another channel that we've been on together that we've interacted on.
Okay. I was just going to say he's a great guy to have on panel too.
Yeah, and anyone's welcome.
go
It's
a
up
long
there
way.
at the top. I am not prejudiced. Only white African Americans born in China cannot come on my show. Yeah, put that one together.
No illegal immigrants allowed on the panel.
There is no white African Americans born in China.
Well, hey, you got a Canadian on the panel. Like almost anyone can be here.
Anyone's welcome. But if you do stupid shit, I'm gonna ban your ass. You know. So be an adult, and you're welcome up here.
When's the election in Canada?
It's about a year away.
Oh Lord!
I think next, like it can swap. It can change depending on what happens. But I think it's expected October of next year. So yeah, we still got another year of the same crazy crap you guys have been going through. But I'm 90% certain that Fidel Trudeau is going to get the boot, and hopefully Pierre Poilievre gets in there because he's much more of a businessman. I think he'd get along with Trump well. He doesn't have all the woke crap in all of his ideologies.
I'm putting my bid in for Prime Minister of Canada, bro.
You may as well. I wouldn't, just because I'm really not into politics that much.
Well, you ain't got to worry about me living there or actually coming in visiting. I'll govern from fucking from like South America, where it's really
remote prime
remote
minister.
governing. Yeah, like remote working. I'll remote govern.
Right on.
I'll advance you guys to the 21st century and show you what remote governing is, and you'll like the results. I'll probably allow you to secede and become part of America and get all kinds of freedoms. That's not a campaign promise, but I'd probably do it just
You know who I actually thought would be a good prime minister is Kevin O'Leary, who you may have seen on Shark Tank.
I think Timothy O'Leary. Yeah, he'd make a great prime minister. Father of LSD. Kevin, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Like if he, and I don't think he would run for prime minister, but if he did, that would be, to us, it would be like voting for Trump. Pure businessman getting into politics simply just to freaking drain the swamp.
Well, if anyone's keeping an eye on shit, that's kind of sort of a trend right now in countries. It started with South Africa. Their number one party that was in control for 30 years, that sold them out, made them go to hell, had to make concessions with this party called the DA party. And it's the business arm, a business party, just like what you're talking about, the Scots Business Party. And they had to make concessions with those guys to stay in power. And that's the only thing that's going to help them get out of the crap hole they're in right now, and also increase the price of platinum. And the same thing's happening in West Africa. And the same thing's happening in America. See a trend? I plan on it happening in other places. And if you see it as a trend where governments are going more business-like for sovereign, independent growth and economic development, then what are you doing? Quit it. Then you should see economic opportunity and jump on it, because that's what's happening. Silver? There you go, Mary. That's Silver. He's being a jackass right now. Are you being a jackass? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to sit here and act like I'm good. But he's not being good. You're not being good. Be good. Yeah, remote governing, big chap. I'm gonna add myself to the history books as being the first Canadian prime minister that remote governed. Assassination proof. If you're not there, they can't shoot you. You know. So you got that going for you. Bet Trump wish he had that. He'd probably back me. Hey, let's see if this works. I'll stay inside Mar-a-Lago and do my campaign speeches from Tony, it's actually irrelevant who buys what as far as the platinum market. The platinum is short 1 million ounces in production this year. They were anticipating 7 million ounces. They only got 6, and China bought 2.5 million of those ounces. So someone came up short this year and was unable to buy it. I'm pretty sure it was us retail coin people who got shorted, and that's why there's not that much platinum out available for sale. And next year is going to be worse. That is why Clean Air Metals, a Canadian company, discovered the largest platinum vein on the planet in Thunder Bay, Canada. And they, I did a video. They're doing open pit style 400 yards down to get to the top of the vein. Then they're going to do a core chunk sample to get an actual estimate of how much platinum's in that vein and how many years they can mine it, you know, decades. It's only at 450, 500 yards underground. So it's real cheap to mine, and it's bigger than South Africa's mines. And South Africa's about mined out. They're going to be mined out within 10 years because they're already at 2,200 yards or 2,200 meters underground, meaning they've mined most of the platinum out. And the expense of getting fresh air, electricity, wheelbarrows, carts going up and down to get all the product out is very expensive when you have to pull it a mile up from underneath the ground compared to just pulling it out of the ground, putting it on the truck, and having the truck drive around and go to the spot. So America's taking control. North America is going to be taking control of the platinum price, and it's going to jump through the roof because that's going to kill China because they've got contracts to build hybrid engines. That's why they bought 2.5 million ounces of platinum to buy build specifically hybrid engines, hydrogen hybrid engines that use platinum for 10 car companies. And I've done a video on that too. They've been contracted for years to do this. That's why I said buy platinum. I've seen this coming for years. That's why I should be on the World Platinum Council. I've seen this coming before they saw it coming. They're just, hey, what's up, Emerald? They're just figureheads. They don't know what the hell is going on. Here I am screaming my head off to 20 people telling you buy platinum because it's going to go through the fucking roof. But, you know, it'll happen. And people will be like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Well, it's so rare, you know. Very, very. I think very few people have ever held an ounce of platinum in their hand.
Yeah, they say it's ugly metal. Blah 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 blah. Technological use case of platinum is going to make platinum even more valuable, and that's another reason why Clean Air Metals is going to go up in price, because they said they weren't going to mine until platinum went up in price. So by summer, platinum is going to be. Because a corporation who's going to mine the largest mine on the earth of platinum said they're not going to do it till the price starts going up. So they say they're going to start mining. That means they see in the foreseeable future the price of platinum going up. Where I see in the charts that I saw, Tony, he's with Good Morning Stackers. Joe showed a chart, showed platinum's going down, and I agree. It's going to go down 850-ish. 800, 900 range. And then, and that's what's going to, then, so by summertime, it's going to be up of 2025. Thank you, Jan, for posting that. Clean Air Metals Inc.
Okay, my pleasure. I also was thinking, not just platinum. We also talked about silver. And for those that say platinum's, not a good looking metal, I can see that. It's a little more dull than
it's not.
gold. But if you want the bling, What you want is the share screen that I just shared with Neil.
Yeah, if you want the bling, this is it right here, people.
You want the bling. This is osmium.
Osmium is a platinum group, precious metal. It is significantly more rare than diamonds or gold. While it is toxic in its natural state, it is completely harmless in this crystalline form. The crystal structures are unique on every piece, which is the key to a very impressive security feature. It is very strong, hard, and reflective, similar to, or greater than diamonds. The price performance of osmium has been strong and steady, making it a suitable store of value. We see it becoming popular with stackers, and those who like knockout bling on their jewelry. Due to osmium's high value density, it is relatively easy to store, and easy to move or transport. It will never tone or tarnish. Think generational wealth.
That's it, boo.
Right on. And as much as it is the most precious metal known to man, it also comes in really small pieces. Like you saw some of them there. I think, what did you say, Neil? They were around like 40 or 50?
2 millimeter square and up for the crystallized osmium. What you saw there on the picture was the 2 millimeter squares.
And how much are they going for now?
About 70.
About 70?
They keep going up and up and up, and they're going to get to a point here in about end of 2026 where it's going to go from 150 up to 2,000. If you want to know why I'm holding so many, it's going to be a bigger bag. So when that happens, I'll be very wealthy. Because it's going to quit being produced in 2026, which means it's going straight secondary market, which means it's going to go up in price exponentially.
Yeah, it's going to disappear before most people roll out of bed and
pretty much
stab at
there ain't going to be FOMO into it because it's going to be gone before retail hits. That's why I'm trying to get shit going, to get as much retail sales going out there. As many people as possible can take advantage of it. But I'm having a hard time. Although I have been trying to kick some positivity down a buddy's throat and get him to be acting more positive. I ain't gonna say no names.
I was just gonna say, who's that? But yeah, no, that's okay. Well, you know, people have good days and bad days.
Yes, they do, and you need to kick yourself in the ass.
Yep. Put
your spine in, grab your intestinal fortitude, and get the shit done.
You can do it to put your back into it.
Yep.
And that's not medical advice.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Yeah, I got a nice workout shoveling the deck, the stairs, paths for the dogs, and out front. And I got that snowblower fired up. Did the oil change last year on it. The oil is still nice and clean. She ran like a charm.
And you sound like you're talking Mandarin and shit. I don't do snow stuff, so I don't know none of the terminology. Intentionally ignore terminology of cold stuff.
Yeah. Where do you pick up your crystallized osmium?
From the mail?
Neil. I'll let Neil field that one.
I get it from the mail. Who's asking? Oh, Emerald. Sorry, I was being a smartass. I ordered from Arc Silver and Osmium from Ian Everand. If you're on my channel here, go to.
I'll put it in.
Yeah. Thank you, JM.
Yep.
And if you look up, type in Osmium 101. Ian and I did a 1-hour video, pretty much sum up everything needed to know about crystallized osmium, all in about a 1-hour show.
I have
Not
some.
all you need to know, but beginners knowledge. What up?
I have a little piece. I have a little some osmium.
It's better than none, my man.
Yeah, that's right. You were one of the first people on the uptake, I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I get it. I get mine from LLC.
Yep, nicely done.
Him and Silverman are trying a second attempt at a live stream right now. That's why he's not here.
Let me see.
But he should know Sunday's night, my night.
I don't think I got a notice. I didn't get a notice for Rockies. Yeah, I did. I'll take that back. I didn't get one for Sal. Was he on tonight?
What was that?
I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I didn't get a notice for Sal, and I didn't get a. I've been getting notices.
Oh wow! Someone else watched my shows about an hour ago. Kim 59. Let's see. Oh, Steve went live. Yeah, Long Live Coins about an hour ago. About the same time I started. About an hour after I started, he went live. Yeah, I got a notification from mine. My live stream, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so for anyone just starting to look at crystallized osmium or have never heard of it before, I dropped the link. I think the first 2 or 3 minutes there was audio issues, so I just kind of skipped forward to 3 or 4 minutes into it when Ian comes on panel.
Yeah, no, Ian has been on panel. I haven't had him on in a while. But yeah, Ian comes on. He's a friend of mine. He comes on. Right now, he just came back from that New Orleans event where he had to carry 100 pounds of freaking silver in his luggage, and he threw his back out. So he's recovering.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I've been there.
It's a lot of fucking silver. But if you're selling it, you got to carry that much around. But you should have a better carrying procedure than something that'll throw your back out. Yeah, you're way ahead of us there, about 14 hours ahead of us, Tony. Ian's a good guy to sub. He's a good guy to talk to if you want crystallized osmium too. Matter of fact, being in Australia, you might want to talk to him. Let him know you're in Australia. Oh yeah, this is one of Ian's.
Okay, so sorry about that, Silver Boy Blues and Big Chap. It's not really priced per ounce for osmium. It's like by the 0.00 gram. I'll show you in a minute. It is quite expensive.
Mm-hmm. Like
So,
$62,000 an ounce.
for example, what's in these earrings here? Those little pieces are 5 millimeter round osmium.
That's probably about $800.
Can you guesstimate? Can you guesstimate the weight on that? We'll actually look at it if you want, right off the website.
I'd say the weight would probably be a half gram, both of them together.
Yeah. So if you've got a gram, you're looking at well over $1,000.
Oh, you're looking probably $1,400 a gram, $1,200 to $1,400 a gram.
Okay, so we'll run this. I think this was from the New Orleans Investment Conference. I think this is where.
Yes, it's a Zions product.
Okay.
Better sparkle than a diamond.
You know what? This is not the one. I think that these are offered. I was going to play the one. That was actually on the.
Can't hear you, dude. About 63,000. Quite frankly, those things are more beautiful than this camera's showing. No, it looked the same. It looked the same when I saw it too, James. It's not that. It's just video. It doesn't in person outside. It's unreplicatable.
Yeah,
Video
and you're streaming in 720. It's
Yeah.
recorded in high definition, and it'll only pick up about half of it.
Yeah, I mean it's so much. I mean it looks good, but it in person it looks so much better than that. Hey, what's up, Wealth of Nations? Been a while. Yeah, see how much one of those rounds cost.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go here. This is from the Osmium Institute. I'm just going to drop that in.
Oh yeah.
The chat here so you people can see that. Okay, so that's the site that we're on. And what was that? Those were they squares?
What? No, those are rounds. Are they rings?
5 millimeter. That's this 5 millimeter.
About $400 each.
Okay, so it switches it to a euro, but let's put it in US dollar. So
yeah, about 450.
Depends. So they call it the sparkle grade, which is like how deep it is. So the higher the sparkle grade, the more weight there'll be. But it's going from 0.1 grams to 0.2 grams, anywhere from 243 to 600 US. But the little guys, say a 3 millimeter.
You can get a 4 millimeter Sparkle 3 for about $250. 3 millimeter Sparkle 3, probably about $175. There's a lot to go. Like you said, Sparkle though. Sparkle. The Sparkle 2, 3, 4, or 5 makes a big difference for its gram weight. Like you see there, there's a 0.213, and they're what? 5? Yeah, 5 millimeter.
600.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that website, the Osmium Institute's actually a pretty cool website to check out.
Tony, it's a platinum group metal. It is only mined. It is mined South Africa, Russia, and Montana, because the only places you get it is in the platinum ore. That's why it's so much more rare than platinum, because you find it in platinum. So there's less of it than there is platinum. And then they get it up to 9,000. They superheat it at 9,000 degrees. Fire a laser at it on a medium, and it starts growing crystals, and they can form it up to what they call different sparkle levels, or allow the crystals to grow large or small from sparkle 1 through sparkle 5 before the laser stuff stops. It's real technical stuff I'm not sure of. A lot of it's proprietary that wouldn't know anyhow because it's proprietary. That's the basic way they do it.
That's really cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, think of the topics we already covered. Everything from regenerative agriculture to XRP, the metals,
fungi.
Yeah.
You guys see a little video of Paul Stamens, my my mushroom hero.
Yeah, that's right.
17 patents on the medicinal uses of 17 different types of mushrooms for humans. The guy's a freaking genius, bro. I like smart people. He's a smart people.
So that's Next Med Health, right?
Why you ask me such difficult questions? I think I've put out in 2 different live streams in the past his company's name, one of them for the mushrooms. Fuck. I don't know. Hold on a second.
Actually, Joe Rogan's even talked with him.
Oh, yeah.
Take care, Tony. Have a good week.
Post defense. Yeah, it's host defense. That's, let me see here. Do. Sorry, guys, I'm slow with this shit. If Independent Mary was up here, she could fucking do it real quick, but no, she's sick. Can't come up on a live stream. Computer virus hit us all. That was a meme of me sticking my tongue out.
Hey, Big Chop, I see Big Chop's taking off. Have a good evening, man. Have a good week.
Thank you very much for being here, my man. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all the views I can get. Independent Mini does her best to silence me. If I had a sister, it'd have been you, Minnie. The way I pick on you.
I think sooner or later she would have kicked your butt.
Yeah, I'd had to move back across the country.
You know, in a loving way.
I'd have to fucking definitely get the islands because I can't go back across the country because my brother's on that side of the country. If I had a sister on this side of the country, I'd have to leave the country.
Hey, Wendy.
What's up, Wendy?
Greetings.
Wow, jumping up and down, up and down. See, that's Indy right there. That picture I have. That's me and Indy. That's last time she visited.
I was going to say the last time she visited or the last time you visited?
I can't remember if she came home or if I went up to where she's living. You know, she's an alien too. Don't let her fool you.
It looks like Jupiter in the background.
That's when I don't know what planet we were on there. I'll have to come up with a good story.
Take me to your leader.
We come in peace. Or we like that one 1950s movie. Oh, we found their book. All we could translate is How to Serve Humans. And then a whole bunch of humans get up on the into the spaceship, and it takes off, and they figure out the rest of it. It's menu. How to serve humans in soup, souffle. Sure.
Doesn't seem very nice.
You talk about Mars Attacks?
No, it was a black and white movie where the alien came out, and that was the one where they killed that alien. It looked like a metallic alien. They killed it, and it actually was here to give us the cure to cancer and all that shit. And there was another movie where they were able to intercept some signals or translate some of the transcripts of a book the aliens gave us, or gave humans, and they convinced them to go get on their spaceship. And as soon as they filled up the spaceship, it took off. They were able to decipher the whole book. First couple words were how to serve humans, and they thought it was a good thing, and they were there for a good purpose. So they all operated. What are you guys doing?
Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode.
It might be. I don't recall. It was funny. I enjoyed
Hey,
it.
Silverboy Blues, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. Two dogs making that guy walk them, picking up all their poop. They've mastered the mind control. That's right. Well, they're my customers, right? So yeah, I'm effectively their
employee.
Yep.
You are the employee in that picture.
Chico owned me. He knew exactly what to do to get me to do something.
Yeah. Yeah, once you bond with them, I find anyway, even though like I understand the dog psychology and everything, it's so easy to make the compromises with them. And they, just like little
That's
kids.
because they're not going to lie, cheat, or steal.
But if they know they can push the boundaries, they will. And especially when they're younger too. Like, they'll be pushing the boundaries at every opportunity.
And Chico was so freaking cute, you couldn't stay mad at him long.
Yeah, that's right too. If they've got the cuteness factor. But, even there's some dogs that really are not cute, but they're still adorable.
Yeah, that's about to say, man, I don't know. I've had some ugly dogs that were beautiful.
There you go. Yeah.
It's visual, and then there's past that.
Yep.
And most 99% of the time, animals' spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it, comes through no matter what they look like. And it affects all of us differently. That's why Mr. UI likes his little chit-chow, and JM likes most dogs. I like most dogs. Everyone has their thing. You have your connection with the wildlife, that part of the wildlife that they were at one point in time, which is the wolf. So it's it's natural to want to reconnect with their. Yeah, that's why I got the wolf in sheep's clothing up. Oh, dude, let me tell you what, man. The stupidest thing a parent can do is think their kid's not fucking working them. I used to do that all the time.
It's natural.
Oh, God. And I was good. I was good at it. Oh, I was so good at fucking working elders.
When you're young like that too, like you really do, at least I did, feel completely invincible. Like, and you think that you're smarter and you're faster.
Oh, you pretty much are. You just don't have the world by the balls the way the adults do. And then you realize the adults don't have the world by the balls, and you're already sold out because you're in the same system.
Yeah. You're missing experience and knowledge.
Yeah, you have a lot more intuitive senses as a young child, and you lose them through societal compromise. Good night, Mary. Mary, excuse me.
Have a good week.
Make sure to buy some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. Everyone will benefit in the long run for having it. And learn how to make something. Learn a skill. So that way, if it does get bad and shit does hit the fan, you know, you'll have a skill you can barter with, and you can keep your money and your silver. And here's an idea I thought of today as I was walking. I was thinking, damn, you know, if shit does hit the fan, what would people really have need for? And then I thought to myself, well, why don't I reinvent the wheel? And you know what I thought of? And there's no patent on this one either. It's too old. Doing a modern day foot-powered sewing machine.
Yep.
Because I bet you could do it for less than $150. And a lot of people would buy that sewing gun. And just like the girl or the lady in 1849 Gold Rush who insisted that her family throw everything away but keep her sewing machine. So when they got to the gold fields, she made gold every day sewing up people's pants. She made more gold than the gold miners, 95% of them. All because they had a sewing machine.
No. I think even in a shit hit the fan scenario, it's still the demand is going to be for products and services still.
Yep. And a sewing machine is going to be, if you have a sewing machine you don't need power for, imagine being in that encampment with all those other poor folks that bugged out and they all have ripped clothes as they went through that trail that hadn't been used in 6 years and they need repairs. Who's going to repair it? There's no electricity. Then you break out your foot-powered fucking sewing machine and say, hey, what do you got? You got some can of soup? I'll do a pair of jeans for a can of soup.
You got them blade sharpeners. They don't have, the old ones don't have electricity. You just hit a pedal and it moves the wheel around.
Yeah. Those kind of things reinvented right now, brought up to the 21st century mindset, are good things to, you know, reinvent. So
yeah, that's what I need to do. That'd be my skill.
Perpetual energy.
When I join y'all's community.
Why haven't you joined it yet?
I'm saying join your community as in whatever community, whatever it is that you have, and then I'll say, I've got a sharpening wheel. All right, you're in.
Yeah, we'll put you in with the sewing machines. You have the skills.
I'll let 79
knife sharpening seamstress.
I'll let 79 do the sewing.
Good thing she's not here. She'd say something.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, now's the time to talk crap about her. She's not here to say anything.
I'm not saying nothing.
Nothing.
If she's here, then you know I'll say hi. And
she might be here listening.
Oh, hey there's something.
What's she talking about, Willis? What show is that from?
What now?
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, that's Different Strokes.
Yep. A little midget
1970s,
kid.
Different Strokes. Well, the 70s. It was the late 70s and 80s. So kind of both decades.
Okay, I got to take a quick break, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
You take your break, my friend. Thank you very much. Man, as far as clean water goes, all you guys got to do is get those 5-gallon buckets. Get yourself a water filter in your house that you should be using anyhow, and always keep about 6 of those 5-gallon buckets full of reverse osmosis water, and add a little bit of Himalayan pink salt to put the minerals back in that you want in that water. And you'll always have, if you have 6 of them, you always have 30 gallons of water, which should be, if you're not going to drink a gallon a day, and you can, conserve 4 people, quarter gallon a day just for drinking, you should be okay for 30 days before you
My
hit the water.
refrigerator has a filtration system in it for the water, and I've got 3 to replace them.
There you go. I have 40. I've got 8 5-gallon buckets I go through of when I make my tea, because I don't have a kitchen or down here, so I fill up the 5-gallon buckets with water, reverse osmosis water, add some Himalayan salt, and fill up my tea in my pots as needed, and of course the cat water. But I always have about 40 gallons. And then I have, at one point in time, I got real concerned, and you can do this too, that you can buy 55-gallon buckets, human grade plastic buckets. I bought one. It was used to store vinegar in. It was cleaned out thoroughly. And I actually fill it halfway up with reverse osmosis. I've actually got like 30 gallons outside in a 55-gallon white drum. That's a food grade drum that can store water and food with the cap in it. And it cost me like $30 at the Army Navy store. So if you have 50 gallons stored and 20 gallons or 30 gallons in 5-gallon buckets, you easily got 2 months of you're comfy with water, and you can buy in a 2-month time period. You should be able to figure out where you're getting your next drink of water from. It takes you more than 60 days to figure that out. Well, it was your time to go anyhow. Yeah, they're smart if you have one. Those are, if you literally are concerned, they're 30. I imagine some greedy person or company probably charge you $50, but between $30 and $50 for a 55-gallon food grade drum. Stored liquids or food in, One of the cheaper things you can do, and quite frankly, the worst thing you can do is bug out, because if you're going to bug out, you're leaving everything except for what you can carry, and you're going to use it your first couple of days, meaning you're going to have torn knees, ripped clothes, need of first aid your first week, and then you're going to go through all that shit, and you're going to realize you don't have anything. You left it all at the house because you couldn't carry it.
And you could meet a gang on the way, and
oh my God, no! You're going to. Because there's a lot of thugs out there, and they're going to want because they ran out too.
Yeah, I've never understood it. I've never understood the logic of leaving.
Yeah, me neither.
Where you have all your other stuff, you just have to make it a fortress and like a fort and camp down and get ready to blast somebody.
Community. I've already looked and thought of how many cars it would take to block off each intersection on each end of the block and alleys to guarantee people could only come in on foot, which would guarantee a little better security for the people on this block. I've gone as far as thinking about that in this area, because it's all about community. I know 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the people on this block by name on this block, and there's like I think 14 houses. So it'd be real easy, even though they don't know each other. Me being a common denominator, I could easily tell them, hey, put 2 cars here, 2 cars there, throw one in the alley across there, one across the alley. You stay on this side, look that way, you're on this side, and we could get something going. Because I've already gone out of my way to get to know everyone. I clean up the neighborhood anyhow. I clean up the alleyway through weeds and all. I brought my pressure washer back there, weed whacker, blower. Same with the street. Do the same. Cut down limbs off trees. Keep walkways clear. I take care of this block, and everyone knows me, and they easily fall in line, and we could easily in this area without bugging out, hang out. And there's a couple of houses. Like there's one house that's abandoned, or well, it's not abandoned. The lady died. Her kids are, I guess, waiting until the bank takes it back. And then there's a house across the street that's empty. And they both have like water heaters that have 40 gallons of water that you could fucking filter and use. So there's 80 gallons sitting there that the block could use. 10 gallons per house of everyone else that's left. That's 10 days extra water sitting there. And you can figure shit out. We have a river, Napa River, 6 blocks down the road there. We could, desalinize primitively that water. But if we bug out, everyone's on their own. You're all easier targets. You don't know you can't trust the person. It opens up so many issues.
And as far as Gerald, Todd Bridges has been out of jail for a long time. He's clean. He's living off his retirement of his hours he built up from being on shows and TV. And he actually makes more today than he did when he actually did the work as an actor. So that's Todd Bridges. As far as I know, he's in fine shape. I don't think he's broken the law in a long time. Plato, or that woman, the girl, she was the one getting in trouble all the time. Then she killed herself. And
that's a shame.
And Gary Coleman, he fell. He fell and died. He fell and died from the injuries down steps or something.
You know who's going to survive when shit hits the fan scenario? There's this guy up in Cerro Gordo. He bought a ghost town a couple of years ago. He's been revitalizing it. He's been putting infrastructure in. It's got enough to open up like a 30-room hotel, basic build hotel, basement, but it's all new. And he's got a 40,000-gallon water tank. And it's on top of a silver mine that he still is actively pulling out silver ore and then smelting it and making jewelry with and selling it. So he's getting silver for free out of the gold mine. And he got the whole town for free. He just registered for it. He bought it, I guess, for like $100,000, the whole town. He's going to do well. He's brought the infrastructure in for satellite because he's like 8 miles off the road, and it's 1 mile incline on a winding dirt road. No one would ever make it up that far. If you got a setup like that, you're good to go. Other than that, stay where you're at.
I think the problems for talking about different strokes now. Gary Coleman, his problem was that he had that condition, and I don't think anybody took him seriously.
He was greedy.
And he what?
He was greedy.
No, his parents. Remember, his parents took his money and stuff. Remember, he had to sue them for all that. So he didn't have control of any money for a long time. I think he was probably 21, 22.
And all of that's 100% correct and totally irrelevant. He was greedy because he wanted to get more than he was worth. And because of that, he didn't get a lot of things towards the end part of his life. And that's why he committed suicide, because he thought he was worth more than he was. And he kept on getting rejected on the offers that he made to work because he wanted too much money. And they didn't think he was worth that much. And he kept bringing up, well, I'm the little short black kid on. And he kept redundantly bringing up the shows that he was on, thinking that made him valuable, more valuable than he was. And that was where he had his psychological problem. And I believe he ended up killing himself through a drug overdose or alcohol or some shit like that.
No, he fell. He fell down steps.
Yeah, okay.
With the help of somebody, I think, but probably for his insurance money. But he was in private. He was in the security. He was in security before he died.
Just going to show you guys the current state of the backyard here with the snow.
You need to put some insulation on there. It's wintertime, brother.
We got the insulation on the ceiling.
Oh, look at that.
Close the door. I'm getting cold.
I tell you what, I've got it cranked up to 75 here, and I'm still freezing.
There you go.
It's comfortable here, about 69, 68.
That's a Kenny Rogers. That's a Kenny Rogers song, Silver Boy Blues.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that song.
The squirrels already collected all their nuts, and they're staying in their house.
Yeah, they got their nests. They still come out during the day, but they'll be up in the trees now.
I know. I thought I had to take a picture of what I did for the outside cats out back. I cleaned up the area where I had a couple of igloo style dog houses.
Yeah.
And I also put my kayak above there, using it as a roof, also getting it out of the way, out of the yard. And I threw a piece of like a 5 foot long footstool. And I bought this bale of hay, and I made a couple areas that are enclosed for the cats, and like 4 of them have been just sitting in it. It's like filled with hay, and you can see where they've been laying by the imprint of the hay being depressed. So I'm glad to see they're using it like a kind of sort of kitty sleeping hotel.
Nice.
It was
cold weather sleeping hotel.
The Kenny Rogers, he was with a group. He was the lead singer. I think it was more like rock and roll, and then they had that one hit, and then after that he went to country. But I think he's got the rights to that song, I think, though. I think he wrote it. Of course, he's dead now, so it don't matter.
I shouldn't feel sorry for anyone who had money and lost it. You should look at them and learn the lesson that they didn't learn for the reason why they lost it. So when you make money, you don't follow that same route. His, I believe, was vanity. He put himself on too high a pedestal, and when other people didn't keep him on that high pedestal, he fell apart.
Yeah, I have the greatest hit CD of Rogers, and I think that song's on there. So that told me that he must have had the rights to it. So, do y'all remember Kenny Rogers?
Who's Kenny Rogers? You got no when to hold 'em.
No when to hold 'em.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. Never heard of him. Who is he?
I think Neil should go to the singing thing there. Yeehaw! I think he should go and be on the Independent Mini after hours. Yeah.
Neil's got a good voice.
I'm on her panel, but she keeps muting me. I bet she's not here to comment on that one. A lot of people left.
Yeah, she's saying sing it, baby. Yeah.
The other thing,
actually, my neighbor, he's a music producer, and also she is here. He's a music producer and in a band. They do nationwide tours. He's going to produce 2 songs. One song will be Kenny
Secret Hideaway. Remember that song?
Kenny Rogers Hurt, and Led Zeppelin Thank You. And I'm going to sing them. He's going to produce them, and he wants to do a music video.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to get a professional to help me when I do any kind of like a karaoke kind of thingy.
Yeah. I look forward to that. The other thing, if you're going to sing, is you have to have a good ear too. So you can tell when you're out of tune. Some people
have a good producer who's got a good vocal mixer that can take care of it for you.
Auto-tune. There you
go. I did one day, and I did a little short. I went over to this sound studio because he had a whole bunch of drop-by guests from LA that were in different bands. There was like 5 or 6 guys stopped by. So they had an impromptu little jam session. I went over there and was filming it all, and it showed all the shit that he had, all the electronic crap to do all kinds of stuff. So you can do a little 3-second, oh man, and add it to the computer and change it up and do it. He makes money. It's his living. He's real good at that.
Yeah.
That's why I figured I'd go with songs that I know I could come close just sounding, be on the right harmonics with, and
Yep.
he could fix the rest of it.
Yep. And songs that you know really well.
And so yeah, and I figured I'd go both ends of the spectrum. I figured Johnny Cash Shirt would be like the Western bluesy kind, and then Led Zeppelin Thank You would be kind of the rock and rolly bluesy kind. Which are, both ends of the spectrum, still kind of bluesy, country stylish.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what kind of video he makes out of it, because his wife is she is a producer, director for music videos, movies, and commercials. So it'll be interesting to see where their creativity lies in that video they make.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure it'll be quite impressive. Just by the file that I got.
Yeah. Hey, they got the equipment, I'll tell you that.
Just about destructed my computer. If my computer could sweat, it would have been sweating.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Might as well do it while I can. He's not going to be around when I move.
It's too bad that you're not monetized there, Neil, because I think if someone sent you $100 super chat, I would go out there live and build a snowman for you guys.
We'll wait and do that on your show.
Yeah. But I'm not monetized either.
Oh.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that. Put that off-road on Indies live stream.
Yeah, there you go. She's monetized.
Yeah.
For 1,000, I'll have chat on it all my lives for 1,000.
You should. I think you should do it anyway. Because I noticed a lot of your live streams. I know you think it's only going to go a couple minutes, so you're like, skip the live chat, but then they do go on, for quite a while. Some of them. It's good because when you're talking, like if someone has a question, you can address it right away. But you do you. I don't think you're going to get the $1,000 though.
What was that?
I don't think you're going to get the $1,000 though.
Ask and ye shall receive. That's what they say.
Yeah, fair enough. I like it.
I think big. Then I can turn around and say, "Hey, let me buy some of that awesome off of you, Neil. I'll get 1 gram."
I'm gonna have a lot of it. I plan on having quite a bit of it by the end of next year.
Well, there I am. Where do you get that picture of me, man? I lost that picture. Daggone it. I wonder where it went to.
Most people aren't developed like that.
I don't do steroids, so I would never be that developed.
Oh, you can be that developed without steroids. You just have to have decades of work.
When I see the eye, where it has been, doggone it, I can't think of his channel name. Where I can't believe where is he? He has an eye on his lizard or frog with an eye on it. I can't think of his name now. I can't believe it. I'm terrible with names. When you hit 50, you can't remember people's names anymore.
So you say.
What is it? Daggone it.
I'll have to take your word for it.
That's right.
Well, you're not 50 yet, JM?
Yeah, I'm 53.
Oh.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
remember
56.
your name.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm
Your
also
name is
on all the
IU.
time. I'm in chats all the time.
Your
and
name is
all that.
IU is in 12. Stacker since 1999.
Well, and you've got a massive amount of knowledge stashed away in your brain there too, Nicole. Like,
Yeah, I don't have room for new names.
I'm not very good with names either, to be honest. So.
Old timers is kicking in.
Old timers.
You know what I do for my business? I give them nicknames.
Yep.
It's also great because if I ever get investigated, they're going to say, "What is this?"
You know,
One guy's called Perv's Uncle. That's a nickname I have for one customer. Out of towners, I got that for a nickname for a couple because they used to go out of town. They were gone more than they were at their home. So I got nicknames I use. So there's no way to verify any of my numbers.
It's a good thing you ain't telling anybody on a public fucking stream about this.
Right.
Especially someone who's had many of FBI background checks on him over the past 30 years. And
then I have one I call the UK guy because he likes the University of Kentucky. Yeah, I still cut for him. I shouldn't. And then I got nicknames all over the place for people. And I might just say one word or something. And so I know that way if they're on the same street, I have 3 different names. I don't say, well, I do have one. I had the street name. I call it Lily 1, Lily 2. And so I just had these nicknames set up for my system. So, and I physically write it in. I don't do it on computer. I don't store what I have in silver on computer. I don't store what I have in gold on computer. I just don't think you leave a trail, not because you plan to create fraud. I think you do it so just to keep your secrecy and privacy and
smart. Yep. I got to refresh my browser here. I may have to come back in.
That's why I call myself the Prince of Platinum. Actually, I don't call myself that. Someone else called me that, so I just went with it. Several other people told me that. And I like it. Since nobody else fucking knows too much about Platinum.
Matthew Crush Life. I haven't seen him in a while.
Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
He was for Purdue. Indiana crushed him. So that's now showing up. He thinks everybody's forgot about that. Boy, they bashed them, man. They just destroyed them. It was painful. Even for me, even I felt sorry for Purdue.
Yeah, the link is still pinned there if anyone wants to join the panel. I think Neil's still going for a little bit longer.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
I mean, Purdue's got some good programs like Farmer's Ed.
I pulled an independent mini on him.
Oh, Nicole's been muted.
You got that right. I told you, no football or basketball. No football or basketball. You go to your show.
No, I'm talking about universities now.
Yeah, well, they didn't fight each other, so it had been over some sport. So,
they had a fight. Ohio State and Michigan. They had the cops use pepper spray. I never did go get to watch that. They had a brawl, dude, and I got to go see that. I want to see how many punches were thrown.
I see why you do it to me now, Andy. It's fun. But see, I pre-warned him. I told him no basketball or football talk, no sports talk. This show.
And here it is. You can sing. You can sing, but you don't like music.
I didn't say I could sing. I never stated anything of the sort.
I did though.
Someone else
That's
did.
what I
I did
think.
not. So
The guy could probably have a #1 hit, be a millionaire, and they'll say, "Well, what group or people motivate you?" And he'll say, "No one. I hate music." They'll say, "What?"
It's modesty. Modesty is a virtue.
I sang in the choir in 3rd grade.
There we go. The truth comes out.
It was mandatory when I went to school in Scotland. The nuns ran the school. If you said no, you got your ass whooped. So I sang in the choir.
Yeah, I had to sing in choir in school too.
That's how I learned to lip sync.
That's funny.
Oh, I was a smart ass little kid, bro.
I can imagine.
Dude. My 9th grade pre-algebra teacher retired early because of me and this other chick in the class. We gave her so much hell that went to her.
Matthew's got a question for you. You've already explained it, but he needs you to explain it again.
What question? I don't see a question.
What's
Neil,
up?
why is platinum still flat?
Well, go back and give me the viewing hours and watch my explanation. The basic explanation is everybody knows, and every indicator is out there that everyone is ignoring, but it's in their face to state that platinum is twice the value of gold. One of the tells is the premium. If you notice on silver, as silver goes up and down, the premium changes. Well, as it goes up, the premium goes up because it's worth more. You hear those words. The premium goes up because it's worth more. That's a fact. That's why the premium goes up. So the premium is higher on platinum than gold. Wow. So the same logic doesn't apply because it's now platinum instead of silver. It's because it's worth more. It is suppressed. It is manipulated to a lower price than its value, just like silver is being manipulated. If you look at James' picture there, you see that $100 on that 1 ounce coin. Go look at a gold coin and see it's valued at $50. Everybody, look at the historic chart from 2011 till the beginning of time. In 1933, when everyone talks about the double silver gold or double eagle gold, it was worth $20. Well, in 1933, platinum was worth $40. And ever since then, until 2011, platinum was twice to 2.5 times more expensive than gold. What happened in 2011? Well, South Africa joined BRICS and signed on to the One Belt Road Initiative. And everyone who doesn't do any research wants to believe that the One Belt Road Initiative is a good thing. And for those of us that actually do research, know that it bankrupt countries. And right now, if you look at South Africa, well, fuck, they've become, since 2011, they've advanced to the murder capital of the world with an average of 27,000 murders a year. #1 industry has grown into private security is their #1 industry to protect the few rich people there from being murdered in the murder capital of the world. And they're without electricity for 50% of the time. So they've done well since they signed on with the One Belt Road Initiative. They're just thriving. If you think not having power and being in the murder capital of the world is thriving, that's what the rest of the world apparently thinks. I see reality. They're falling in a shithole and they're being manipulated and they're losing the majority of their money in platinum because China's screwing them hard. But I think time will show.
I think platinum is going to really go up. I'm high on platinum.
Shit.
Those two are high on pot. I'm a high on platinum.
Once the manipulators are broken, platinum very fast regain its spot to be 2 to 2.5 times whatever the gold price is. So yes, right now, if the manipulation ended in platinum, it would easily jump up to $5,000 an ounce.
And in the meantime, what do you think? What do you think the floor, like the low? Do you think it could
700, 750?
Okay. Like to me, anytime an asset like this is traded in derivatives, it technically can go to zero, just like oil did. So I'm always like to caution people that whatever the paper price is really doesn't reflect the physical.
Yeah, if you can get if you can get platinum below $900 here within the next 2 months, fucking go for it. Jump on it. Because the charts I saw that was from, give a shout out to Good Morning Stackers, Australian show. He did a pretty good chart on platinum. I don't know if it was a weekly or monthly chart. And he was showing, and it kind of sort of correlates with what I see in the possible future for the economy based off of political bullshit, which is also kind of new. You have to add political bullshit into our economy. But the same similar timeline of a downward turn and then an upward bounce of what I have foreseen in our general economy and what I believe will happen for most asset classes. And he showed in a chart, and I saw that correlation. Whether or not it comes to fruition, I just see pathways, not guarantees. Just say, it's very, very possible that that'll happen. There are things that can stop it from happening. It is manipulated. So, but if it's not manipulated and it actually follows the charts the way they're supposed to work, which kind of sort of doesn't always work, it'll drop down between 750 and 850, and then it'll bounce right the fuck back up higher than, and that'll probably be the breaking of the manipulators, because that'll break the back of the fucking South Africans. They'll go bankrupt because they've seeing this. Another thing, Impala Mines is already selling off their assets. The second largest platinum miner on the planet is selling off its assets.
That doesn't sound good.
Duh! No shit.
Is that because they're
Because they're probably going to be going bankrupt if things don't change.
Really?
And if they go bankrupt, what happens to the price of platinum? Well, I don't know. Impala's had such issues this year, from power issues to paying employees to all this other shit, that they're now 1 million ounces short of what they were supposed to have mined. They were supposed to have had, in 2024, 7 million ounces of platinum, and only 6 million are produced, for which half of that China took for this hydrogen hybrid engine that they've been contracted with 10 car companies to produce. So, that just leaves 3 million ounces for the rest of the world's need. And actually, because of new technology, the need for platinum has increased exponentially, actually. So someone's not getting the platinum, and the price hasn't changed. So the manipulators are definitely going to be changing. Their back's going to get broken real soon, because the price of platinum is going to have to realistically show its value. And that's going to happen soon. Soon being within the next year or so.
Yeah, the timing's always difficult to predict. I still like to reference the 50-day and 200-day moving averages when contemplating a purchase. And platinum's actually looking pretty good with that.
Sorry about that. Had to go into the other room real quick. But everything I say is for comic use only, not to be taken from financial advice, because I am not a financial advisor. I wasn't even smart enough to graduate the 10th grade, if you can even graduate 10th grade. See, that's how stupid I am.
Or is it just that you're high?
I never got indoctrinated, and I hated it when people tried, and that's why I never got along in any school that I went to, because they all tried to indoctrinate me. And I'm just not that kind of person. I've always been an asshole. I was born an asshole, and I, at an early age, accepted that and figured I'd be the best asshole I could ever be. And I never lasted more than 2 years in one school because of that. And because of that, I never believed any of the crap that they tried to shove down my throat because I kept questioning them because everything that they fucking said to me didn't make sense. And they were still trying to tell it to me. And I'm like, well, hold on. Why am I supposed to believe you just because you're an adult? I've found most adults to be stupid. And whoa, you don't tell that to an adult when you're a fucking kid in school. But, you know, whatever. I did. I didn't give a fuck. I told a lot of my teachers they were dumbasses. And they were. It's been proven. Fucking indoctrinating dumbasses.
I had a real variety of teachers. Some were really, really good, and some were terrible. And the range of personalities on them too is just incredible.
I had a good teacher, but it was after I quit high school and I had joined the Army. And actually, and this is funny, times that I was in the military, that I didn't have a GED or high school diploma, that I served in the military and I got an honorable discharge because the Congress breached the contract. So I decided to go to adult high school and try and get a GED. And I didn't have 10th grade English, but there was this cool black professor named Professor Hammond. And he was an engineer from California, and he had retired early, and he liked teaching kids because he said he liked it when he saw, because he had a gift of explaining shit in the most simplistic manner that you could get it. And he said he enjoyed seeing the epiphany in kids' eyes when they got it. So he was teaching English. And I was like, okay, well, if you're that good, I said, I'm going to take 11th grade English. And I had like literally made F's, but they gave me D's in English just so I'd pass, because I didn't give a crap about English whatsoever. My interests were elsewhere, and I didn't see a use for it. And so I took his class, and damn sure enough, I made a C. And that was without any fucking scaling or anything. I actually had quite a few epiphanies in this class. And that's when I realized that it wasn't that I didn't want to learn English. It's that the way that they taught teachers to teach English was fucking stupid.
Yep.
And he taught English in such a simplistic manner for me to understand that I mean, about almost weekly, I was getting an epiphany of understanding of what other teachers spent fucking 10 years trying to fucking teach me, but they were taught wrong on how to teach it. And this cat was a retired engineer and took a teaching job and was just innately good at getting the point through at whatever level you could understand the point. He could, no offense to anyone, dumb it down to where you could understand it and get it. And that's an epiphany moment. And when you have an epiphany moment, it's like, oh wow, yeah, I get it. And it's a cool thing. Especially if you love learning, it's like awesome. And I had like so many epiphany moments in his classroom over English. And then the dumbass motherfucker got arrested for dealing cocaine. He's like 57 years old. Brilliant motherfucker, spoke 14 languages. And actually he was really a big part of me wanting and learning a small bit of Swahili language years ago, because he knew 3 different African tribal languages fluently.
Well,
the dude was good, man. The black guy, he couldn't even tell he was freaking black unless he wanted to talk like a brother. When he was around the card game snorting cocaine, then he'd be talking like a nigger and shit like that, you know. And you wouldn't even know that he understood 14 freaking languages fluently, and he was a freaking genius. It was just a cool motherfucker, and they didn't need to throw him in jail for cocaine. He needed it to chill out because his brain was a hyperactive, and he was super intelligent.
Yeah, anyone that can speak 14 languages obviously has a passion for language. So I could see that being a great prerequisite for teaching languages is, you know, being able to fluently speak, say, at least 3.
Dude, he was a freaking awesome human being.
It's a good story. Hey, man, I got to get going, though. I got to work early in the morning. It's midnight here.
Excellent. Right on. I appreciate you showing up, as usual. And throw in your own channel there for the 8 people that are in here.
Great live stream, as always. Yeah, anyone that wants to check out my channel, it's really easy to find. JM Unleashed. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you soon.
All right. Take care, brother. Bye-bye.
Later.
Later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Happy holidays to everybody. Belated and Thanksgiving and early Christmas. Because why wait? Tomorrow morning or wake up, there's going to be Christmas decorations somewhere. Retail is going to get an early start on your money. I actually splurged. I bought a pair of security lights for $30 I can throw up in the backyard in the alley. There's some dark areas I don't like. You out of here, Indy? Or are you going to hang out? You ought to come up on panel, girl. Everyone, put one in the chat if you think Indy should come up on the panel.
1 1 1 1 1.
No, we were already showing our weed. See, Indy, everybody wants you up on the panel. Get your booty up on the panel. Don't be shy. Look, Nickel's not showing his true face. He's a red U and an I on a white background with a black background, and I'm 3 mushrooms. We don't actually look like this. Oh, freaking girl, excuses. That's all we get is excuses. Oh, I'm too sick. I'm not doing a live stream. Oh, my kids. Do your kids know that you're using them as an excuse not to have a good time and stay at the house and have a good time?
I got a question. What does she do with her kids when she's on Friday night?
You know, you don't even have to ask that question. I was hinting all around it as I was mocking her. It's too much of a hassle to deal with the kids on the live stream. She makes money on her live stream. She ain't making money here. It's obvious. Truth be told, but no one wants to hear the truth. You can't handle the truth. Oh, you could. You could have your daughter singing and you'd have fucking 1,000 people listening. But anywho, I think everyone should hook up and look at Paul Stamens, because those mushrooms, they're actually a very miraculous, not a miracle drug, but a miraculous drug as far as our knowledge of them and their utility in the medical field for human consumption is very viable, very, very viable. You know, apple cider juice, dude. I'm big into holistic and natural medicines. I'm not on high blood pressure or cholesterol medication. I'm 1 year older than Nickel, and the reason being is because I drink a lot of tea, and with my tea, I add honey and I grind cinnamon. And if you do research, you find out that a copious amount of cinnamon and honey lowers blood pressure and cholesterol, thus making you healthier. So therefore, I don't need man-made chemicals inside my body that my body's going to have a reaction to, that'll give me a funny feeling that I'll need to take another pill for, that'll give me another reaction. You know, I don't need to go down that fucking rabbit hole. I know from my own personal beliefs, and I don't push them on anybody, spirituality is a personal thing. My personal beliefs is everything is here that I need to heal and take care of myself. I just need to be able to understand everything around me to be able to do that. And obviously I'm not that smart, and I do use, you know, modern medicine when absolutely needed. But until then, over the past 30 years, 35 years, I've learned about a lot. Apple cider vinegar is good for you. Lemons and the use of lemons and different other herbs, and rosemary and aromatherapy. Rosemary actually helps you with your memory. Epsom salt, baking soda, hot baths detox you from heavy metals, and it helps you with Alzheimer's disease if you're a female susceptible to that. And there's lots of other health benefits to that, clearing up your system and allowing your blood to oxygen ratio, which actually helps out a lot if for arthritis. And there's just so many things you can do naturally and holistically without having to even worry about going to a doctor, that if you do take care of yourself in that manner, you probably won't even get a cold. I mean, if you break a leg, that's called stupidity and you broke a leg. But as far as natural illnesses, you shouldn't have any if you eat right. And like I said, apple cider vinegar, it helps if you need to get rid of, I don't want to give any medical advice because I'll start getting strikes. But if you have things that can innately kill you growing inside you, if you have a high acidic pH value in your body, it kills off those cells. And apple cider vinegar is a high pH and will raise the pH of your body, so it can do miraculous medical things for you. I hope I explained that in a way where I don't get a strike. and if you don't understand it, that means I explained it the right way. I wish we could tell more of the truth. Maybe next year.
I put vinegar in my tea sometimes.
You know, I take a swig of straight apple cider vinegar every now and then. Oh, don't even do that, you crazy motherfucker. I know you're lying. Matthew is lying. You are a lying motherfucker. A spoonful of baking soda after fucking apple cider vinegar in my ass. You must be spewing out like a freaking volcano. The reaction would eat up your inner linings of your mouth, bro. You don't ever want to fucking add those two. And that's where you get that little child's reaction when you build a volcano. You use vinegar and fucking baking soda. That's the same reaction you get if you fucking put the two in your mouth. Don't ever do that. Ever.
You're supposed to dilute vinegar by 50% with water. You're supposed to dilute it, not take it straight up.
Yeah. It can take your breath away if you drink it, if you chug it straight out of the bottle. Trust me. Inhale, then chug it from the bottle. So that way, the first thing you do is exhale to push out all the excess vinegar that you're going to inhale in your lungs and cause you to cough, cause you to gag. But shit, I still do it. It's fun. For us idiots. Yeah, fuck it, man. You know, you raise the pH of your body, you can lower the pH of your body if you add baking soda. And another thing about baking soda, and I think it actually even says it on the side of the bottle, there's several actually advantageous uses of baking soda. If you found that you have and it's hard to do, and this is a bad example, but I can only use an example that I won't get a strike for. So I'm going to use this example, even though it does take about 24 hours before you figure out if you got food poisoning. But if you figure out you have food poisoning, if you take a spoonful of 2 or more, add it to water and drink that water, the baking soda actually will help alleviate that food poisoning for you, even though you still feel like shit because you won't know you're food poisoning until you feel it. But that's the only example I can use that I probably won't get a strike for if you don't need medical advice. But if there's other kind of toxicities that you ingest or someone else's ingests, and you can get to them fast enough, baking soda is a good way to absorb whatever the toxin is that they've ingested before the system ingests it. Therefore, they won't have as much reaction to whatever toxin they ingested. That's another way I can say it probably without getting a strike. So just having near baking soda around is actually a good thing. And also, you know, dip your toothbrush in it every now and then, brush your teeth with it. You can, I do know people that use vinegar and baking soda on their teeth together, but it's in a very bizarre, in my opinion, way that they do it. They use a tinfoil and shit and wrap their teeth, and because it really the chemical effect of baking soda and vinegar, the acid of the vinegar with the baking soda, and it can really strip the inner lining of your mouth and your gums. And that's, I mean, it could be good, it could be bad, but if you want that, just fucking gargle with straight vinegar and spit it out and see if you don't get the same effect. Exactly, and activated charcoal, exactly, C4. There's all different. There's, man, you know, it needs to be legal to teach holistic and natural medicine. That's all I can say. There's a lot of spices out there that'll do a lot of good for you. I actually have a lot of saved videos just on that type of stuff, like okra water and all kinds of shit. What is that? There's certain types of root, ginger, and all kinds of stuff. Do all kinds of medical stuff, good stuff for you. Matthew. All right, well, we're coming up on 3 hours. I'm going to go ahead and call it, you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Except for Independent Mini, I half-assed appreciate you being here. I appreciate it more if you were up on panel. But you keep it. And I'm going to tell you kids, if I ever meet you, I'm going to tell you kids, hey, you know, your mom uses you for an excuse a lot.
If you're going to call it heads or tails?
How about both? Because it's going to land on its side and spin for forever because it's going to find its centrifugal center, and it's going to balance perfectly. And because of the mechanics of gravity and the perfect dynamics of the coin, it'll just continue to spin forever. It would have been better with you on the panel. Thank you, Matthew. C4, don't do it. Stay straight. Matthew, do not give bad advice. All right, thank you very much. Hey, Nickel, go talk about basketball on your channel, brother.
Well, I've already been getting requests to do a football show on the 12 teams, but I got to wait until they name the 12 teams, and then I want to see how they're going to have them matched up, and then I'm going to probably do a show on it. But I got to wait.
You do exactly that. I appreciate you going up here. I'm going to end it right here, guys.
Adios, people. Adios, amigos.
Take care, everybody. Thank you again very much. God bless everybody here.